And we should be live. Look at that. That seems good, doesn't it? Hello, TTRPG friends, family, and foes, and welcome to this very special live stream of You Awaken in a Strange Place as part of the OneShot Podcast Network Patreon Drive. My name is Fiona. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm part of the network, as well as the host of What Am I Rolling, which is a twice-monthly tabletop RPG one-shot podcast, and also the host and GM for this particular stream. I'm just going to give a quick visual description for myself for the listeners. I'm a white woman with glasses and sort of mid-length browny blonde hair, wearing a very bright multicolored top with long sleeves, which I quite like, and some black dungarees or overalls, as I've been told to call them in America. We're going to go around the virtual table here with my wonderful guests so that they can introduce themselves, they can share their pronouns if they would like to, what show they are from, and give us a visual description if they're able to. I also have just surprised them all with a quick bonus question off the off recording, which is, what is your favorite die? So I'd love them to answer that too. So starting from my top left, we're going to go for Brianna. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Brianna Jean. I'm part of Game Over, and I do all the editing for that absolute chaos of a show that we all know and love. Building a world one game at a time, and get to work with Emily on that one, and it's amazing. I also do all the shows over on Pseudonym Social. I produce the Graveyard Tapes. I produce Queen City Supers, and I'm an indie author. I publish under the pen name Brianna Blythe. And yes, I do sleep. Before you ask, I promise I do sleep.
Amazing. What's your favorite die then?
Would be the D10, specifically this one, because it's kind of got like galaxy sparkly colors.
Nice. Love that. Thank you very much. Emily, please go next for me, please. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Emily, better known all around the internet as was foretold. I am 1/6 of the Game Woven podcast with Brianna Jeans over here, and I am also featured on many things on Pseudonym Social, because when Bree says, "Hey, I'm going to kidnap you," I say, "Okay, when?"
Yeah.
I am also a painter, digital artist, and indie dice maker. So if you have any interest in that, just let me know. The holidays are coming up, unfortunately. But first, we have Halloween. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
I am as white as they come, just a little day goblin with kind of shortish hair, some nice big glasses, and an awkward smile on my face.
Love that. What's your favorite die or dice?
My favorite die is probably going to be the D20, just because I know I can do anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably, I could, if I really wanted to, find a way to use it as a D6. It's very easy to use as a D4. D12, I'd have to fight on it, but I could make it work. I could do odds and evens. I could do highs and lows. And I have used it to make so many decisions just in everyday life, because I can attach so many different options to it. And it just feels nice.
Nice. Oh, love that. Thank you very much. Next up we have is Dan.
Oh, hello. Yep, I'm Dan. I'm a he, him doing concept art and stuff for video games and movies and all of that nonsense. I'm also part of Backwater Bastards along with Taylor, and I do the editing for that show. And then I'm a jellyfish on it as well currently. So that's good.
Love that context. What's your favorite die, Dan?
Favorite die is probably the D8 and the D4. I know they're basic, but look, I just like the shapes. They're good. And, the caltrop is a classic, and the D8's easily stackable, which is highly
easily stackable. It's not about the die results or anything like that. No, nope. I can stack them. Excellent.
I want to get distracted while,
playing fun stories.
Fidgeting. But yes, aged, gray-haired emo with, currently wearing a Sasuke Naruto t-shirt that Taylor got me. And
yeah.
Oh,
there you
go. Always in black, Dan. That's your uniform,
yes.
which I love as well.
Yes. So that's why it's a black shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. And Tay, go for it, my friend.
Wow. Hi, Tay, she, they. I'm one of the Backwater Bastards, sci-fi comedy improv show about the greatest best friend story of all time, ever told in the universe or the next universe. Amen. Wow, what else is there to even really talk about? I exist somewhere in the void of the web.
What's your die of choice? What's your favorite
My die of choice. I'm gonna go with the D100 because I know I like choices. That's kind of it. I just like if we're rolling a D100,
Yeah.
something weird's gonna happen. That's what it means. That's all it's for.
Sure.
And I love that. That's my favorite thing. And if you want a visual description, I have painted my face like a moth for no reason today, and I'm wearing a white Naruto shirt to match Dan. We didn't plan it.
That's just us.
Absolute chaos gremlins happening over there. And yes, as everyone's sort of given their wonderful sort of answers to my icebreaker question, it would be remiss of me not to say what my answer would be. And interestingly enough, everyone's gone from different dices. I thought there may be some clash or over them or anything like that. I actually love a good D12. I think that it's a nice swingy one. It's the sort of damage you get on the barbarian sort of great sword and great axe, and great axe, not great sword. And I just think that you can go, 12 is very exciting, and then you get one, you're like, well, that was bound to happen. And then anything in the middle is like, whatever. But that's my favorite die as well. So thank you so much, wonderful guests who are getting ready for today's game. But before we dive in, I'm just going to take a moment to talk about the OneShot Patreon drive and what this stream is about. So WAIR, so that's my podcast, and Game Oven, which is where Brianna and Emily are from, have recently joined the OneShot Podcast Network, and this network is mostly listener supported. Now, whilst there is ad revenue, the Patreon itself helps with the everyday activities for the network. We have a whole bunch of fun TTRPG shows here, whether you want to check out, say, actual plays or discussion podcast, world building, character creation, system reviews. There's something for everyone here. And right now, we're going to need your help to keep the network going. All these streams that we're doing here on the OneShot Podcast Twitch is to raise awareness for the Patreon and get donations if people are able to. You can support as little as $2 a month, and all the donations go back into running the network. There's lots of different tiers you can support even. I don't know where I'm going there. But there are two popular tiers I just want to talk about. For $5 a month, you can have the Secret Archive, where there's lots of exclusive bonus and behind-the-scenes content from all of our shows here on the network, which is worthwhile your watch, worthwhile your look even. And we've got $13 a month is the Book Club, so where every supporter will get a free TTRPG micro game every month, which has been written specifically for the OneShot Podcast Network, which is very exciting. So some really exclusive things here. If you've enjoyed this stream or any of the shows that you've been on this Twitch channel recently, please consider donating to the OneShot Podcast Patreon, which is pinned in the chat. There's also patreon.com/OneShot Podcast. So please go check that out. Now, let's talk about the game itself. You Awaken in a Strange Place is by Jacob Andrews, and it is a fully improvised one-shot TTRPG. It requires no preparation from either players or myself, and it's only going to take a couple of hours of time. I cannot stress enough that everything about this game, the setting, the characters, all the world building is made up on the fly. It's fun, it says in the description. I don't know who for. I don't think it's going to be me.
It's going to be meant for you.
It's not meant for me as a GM, no. It's going to be very silly, and we're going to go through the rules as we go. But you can grab a copy over on Jacob's itch page. Again, I'll put a quick link in the chat so people can find it. So You Awaken in a Strange Place. Excellent. Right, let's get straight into it, shall I? I'm going to get the PDF up here. So the core tenets of this game are as follows. Everyone comes to this game unprepared.
Check.
All good there.
I don't know what's going on. I'm just here.
You're just here. You're having a fun time.
Killing it.
Anything that the GM, so that's myself, or the players, that's you guys, say about the world is true about the world. And more importantly, that the game, the story that we create, has to be finished by the end of the stream. Those are the three things that we have to adhere to. Now, all the players, I believe, have something to write with and also have 2d6. And so first thing what we're going to do, we're going to establish the setting. So I'd love all of my players to roll 2d6 and let me know the number that you roll. So go ahead and roll that for me, please.
Add them together or the individual numbers?
Add them together, please.
Cool, I got a 2.
2? Oh, that's a shame.
I'm starting off real strong, guys.
What did you get, Dan?
6.
6 for Dan. Emily?
7.
Ooh.
Oh.
One person got a partial success.
Tay.
2.
Ooh, 2. All right.
Yay, twinsies.
So, Brianna and
It's gonna
Tay,
be fine.
could you guys roll off for me, please? 'Cause it's very
The
important
highest among the
ordering.
lowest.
Okay. 6.
4.
I need you to
I'm
roll again,
really-
Brianna, because we already have a 6.
9.
Oh, you are going first after all. It took us a while, but you're going first.
Wow.
You're good.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. I get to make it weird off the bat. I love it.
Oh.
So, the player with the highest roll, so that is Brianna, I want you to think in your head of a genre, a type of, book or film or something, just in your head. Just keep it in your head for now. Don't say anything. Or if you want to, you can write it down as well if you need to. Emily, you're next. I want you to silently think of an adjective, so a describing word, something that something evocative. Have a think, write it down. Then we've got Dan. I want you to think of an occupation, unusual it could be, or something could be obvious. Any occupation that comes to mind, keep it in your head, and or write it down, but don't say it out loud. And then finally, Tay, I need you to think of a location. Anything, it could be anywhere, anything, big, small, whatever you think.
Okay.
All right, have a little think. And then I'm going to go through the same order. And I just want you to say your word out loud in the order I come to you with. Do not change your word because of something that somebody else said. You've got to write it down, hold it in, essentially. All right. We all thought of our prompts and words. We've got a genre, an adjective, a job, or an occupation, and a location.
I'm a writer. I have so many genres.
I was going to say, it's probably, well, hopefully you'll be sympathetic to me.
So why did you pick those weird werewolf romance ads on Facebook?
All right. Brianna, what is the genre of this particular one shot?
Steampunk.
Steampunk. Ooh.
Okay.
I like that. Okay, steampunk.
You're welcome.
Emily, what is an adjective we would use in this particular setting?
Mysterious.
Ooh, okay. Mysterious.
Yeah.
Okay, so far, so good. I quite like the
Coming
Game
together.
Woven folk are doing really well. I'm now going to turn over to the Backwater Bastards. Daniel.
Why'd you say it like that?
Yeah,
Daniel.
I know it.
Phrasing.
I looked at what I wrote down and I was like, fair enough.
Yeah.
Dan, what is our
Phrasing.
occupation?
I wrote down we are valets.
Valets. Okay.
Okay.
So far, so good. Now, if only Taylor.
Okay, Taylor.
can give us,
Roll
give us
that
the
D100.
location. What's our
I'm
location?
sorry. I picked an office space that's closed because it's being fumigated for bed bugs.
An office space that has been closed.
Because it is being fumigated
Fumigated for
bed
bugs.
bugs.
All right.
Heck.
I don't know what you mean. These all fit together perfectly.
Yeah, this is pretty perfect.
It's fine. It's fine.
It couldn't fit together any better if we had planned it.
Yeah.
No.
So
I had to
genres.
switch
Yeah.
I had
So
to switch to a smaller shoulder friend because
Oh.
the dragon was not staying put.
all right. So we've got
One.
steampunk as our genre. We've got mysterious as our adjective. We've got valets as an occupation. That could be something that the party or you adventurers are, but it doesn't have to be. It's just something that is important to this particular setting. And then a location of an office space that has been closed because for fumigation of bed bugs. Cool. Great. Love it. What a story we're going to tell. Next up,
Boy.
in the same turn order, so going from Brianna, then Emily, then Dan, then Taylor, I want each player to make a statement about the world we are in. These, as per these course tenements, anything you say about this world is true. Now, have a think about it. If you want to write it down, feel free to. Again, try not to be influenced by your other colleagues on this call. But if you are, that's fine as well, because then that's a bit of yes-anding. But at the same time, I don't want to borrow it. So, like, for example, it could be that people only travel by air or something like that. Anything that is just a true thing about the world. Try and keep it short and simple if possible.
Okay.
Yeah, simple. And yeah, have a little think.
Short and simple, Tay.
I've got it already. It's too late.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's too late. You hear that little key clacking? That was me cementing it.
All right,
gonna
let's
be a good
go
one.
round. Brianna, can we have a cool truth about this world?
I had one that I lost. Oh yeah. Those who have magic must use it before it consumes them.
Ooh, those who have magic
Okay.
Oh,
must
good.
use it
Well, that's spicy.
before it consumes them. Nice, love it.
Emily's
Emily,
not surprised.
No, but yours is so fun and useful and serious, and mine is just that the color purple is everywhere and smells like fish.
right?
This is
something
what
to do with
happens
the
if I
bed
just go with whatever pops into my
Hey,
brain.
love it.
Maybe
Color
the bed
purple.
bugs are purple.
Color
I
purple is
mean,
everywhere.
when in doubt, eat a fish about it.
Meanwhile, Fiona's like, "Thank you for that."
Yeah,
one.
thank you.
I
I
don't
can
know
work
what
with that.
I don't know what
Improv.
you're talking about. Yeah,
Mm.
improv. There's a pain smile on my face, but yeah, that's how improv works. Cool. Dan, what's your cool truth?
Hats and shoes are the most unique thing that you can wear.
Hats and shoes are the most
Wow.
unique thing. Wow.
Somebody walks in with a pair of shoes on, and everybody's like, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
Everyone's like, damn.
you got to be careful about your hat and shoe game because people
Okay.
be judging out here.
Oh my glob!
Okay.
As I just reach back and grab my hat.
Always prepared with a hat.
What if I can
All
use-
right, Tay, bring us home.
There we go.
Oh, let's see.
Um,
Dan's on it as well. Excellent.
Okay, I'm gonna just apologize, but one of us is on parole and needs to get home by 10, but we have been locked in.
Try and make it about the world if you can. rather than- It's all good. It's all good.
Can it be that the door is on a timed lock of this building?
How about doors or on time locks?
All
around-
of them?
All of them, yeah. It's about the world.
Ooh, that's worse.
That's
but
pretty
I'll
I
take
mean,
it.
I don't know. Is it? I feel like hats and shoes are the most remarkable thing about
Well,
people.
it felt like at one point
Well,
we were
sorry.
only going to have to get out of one door, but now we're going to have to get out of every door.
Incredible. I like how people are slowly putting on hats during the stream. It's great.
Yes.
So, on timed locks. All right, cool.
All of my hats are over there.
You can go get them in a second, Emily. I'm not going to say no. Everyone must wear a hat. No hats, no good. All right. So now we're going to talk about the facts that we've made. Thank you very much, team. And we're going to use them to make a more complete picture of the world. So just as a reminder, we have those who have magic must use it before it consumes them. The color purple is everywhere and smells of fish. Hats and shoes are the most unique thing you can wear. And doors are on timed locks. Right.
It's pretty good.
So writer's room. I guess my question to you is why is the color purple everywhere, and why does it smell of fish? What's the in-world reason behind it?
Is that what happens if your magic consumes you?
Could be, or maybe that's just.
I feel, well, whatever they use to make the pigment that produces their color of purple is made of fish scales. So that part
makes more
is
sense.
very straightforward. It smells of fish because it's made of fish.
Okay, so is there lots of purple fish then? Would you say? Are they iridescent?
I think most of the fish in the area that they can find are indeed purple. Non-purple fish tend to be too deep for them to catch. And the head of the government here is very fond of the color purple, and he doesn't care if other people don't like the smell of fish. Just wants to
I
see
feel
it
like this
everywhere.
happened.
Yeah.
Isn't this how
Ancient
purple
Rome.
happened?
Rome? Are we talking about Rome?
Purple was kind of rare, and it came from this substance that was hard to get, and only rich people could wear it.
But
and it stank.
But maybe fish is because there's an abundance of this purple is everywhere. But maybe there's more fish than there is. Like it's trying to use that sort of ecology that we have to like somehow get rid of all these fish in some way.
They use these dang
Yeah,
fish.
they are absolutely an invasive species.
These fish are everywhere.
Cool. Invasive species. I've got it down. Great. let's think
My hat is
about
going on the
why
table.
and hats and shoes. Why are they unique? What is it about people having, because obviously normally it's like what you're wearing as like clothes, but why are hats and shoes so like unique? Like they're like
That's the only thing that's not defined by uniform.
everyone else is wearing a uniform. Like
you've got to wear uniform for the rest. So
You got to. You got to.
you know, that's the only part you get to show off.
I mean, I tend to wear my personality in my hat.
This is the flair. This is the flair.
Mm-hmm.
Is there
All
like
my clothes are black apart from my one
That's
colorful
true.
hat.
On your one hat, that's how it works. Dan, are you living in this world where the purple is everywhere?
No, how dare!
Why are the doors? Why do they have timed locks on them?
Look, this is a really secure place.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff in here that we're not supposed to even look at or know about,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, we're just valets. We don't know.
we don't,
just
valets.
There's a security clearance.
We're not supposed to be here.
You're not supposed to be here. Okay, interesting. And magic. So is magic a very common thing, or is it a is it rare to have magic? Anyone can chip in. I have a thought.
It should be special, right? Like it should be. Oh, you can do.
Also, I think part of like the whole thing of like you have to use it or it'll consume you. Some of that might be propaganda. Like you have to give your magic back. You have to use it to help your community.
I like that.
Otherwise, your magic will consume you.
Are there magic hoarders?
Maybe.
Are we making an alternate Tarsig? Maybe.
Does that mean anything to anyone who hasn't been caught up with Game Over?
All right, cool. All right, I think we've got stuff there. So thank you for expanding on these great world truths of a mysterious steampunk setting with valets and office space that has been closed due to fumigation of bedbugs. Let's make characters. So again, I'm going to ask you to roll 2d6, and then we're going to create the characters one at a time, starting with the person who rolls the highest. So yeah, roll 2d6, and we'll go from there. What have people got?
Oh, 11.
Oh, Dan straight in there with 11.
Oh, yes.
Anyone else?
8.
3.
8 for Emily. 3 for Tay.
7.
7. Okay, great. No rerolls. All right.
I wasn't the difficult one that time.
You weren't. But we're doing
They're
Dan's
still
favorite
trying.
thing, and Dan, you're going first, unfortunately. I'm so sorry.
No.
That's how it works. So,
I feel that.
Dan, I want you to think of a character type that would fit into this world, or someone that you would like to play. What kind of character would you like to be? So just have a think, quick description of them. And the same for everyone else as well. Have a think about the character that you would like to play in this particular setting that we've done. So mysterious steampunk, which has valets as a key element. And there's an office space somewhere that it needs fumigating.
Can I just be a valet?
If you would like to. Do you want to expand a little bit more on valet?
The assistant manager.
Okay, so much like, again, basing it on my own life, when I worked at a burger bar, I never progressed further than making the chips because I was like, I don't want to learn how to make burgers and have to remember all that stuff and then have all that responsibility. I'm just going to make the chips and the milkshakes.
Yeah.
So I would like to be a valet who has like stayed a valet for way too long.
Way too long. Okay.
And like hasn't.
I like it. I like it. So who are you imagining then? Are you imagining like an older person? Are you just a young person? Like what's the sort of vibe you're getting here?
Basically me. Yes. So
okay. So I'm putting down
gray-haired emo. Dan.
Yeah, he is 70 years old. Actually,
70-year-old. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. A 70-year-old valet.
Yep.
Dean Hunklebringer. Hunkleberger.
Dean
Hunkleberger.
Hunkleberger.
Yeah.
All right.
Burgers
Cool.
are stressful, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So we've got an idea. 70s, a 70-year-old valet called Dean Hunkelberger.
Was I
Cool.
meant to come up with a name? Sorry if I went too
No,
fast.
no.
Yeah.
Well, it's all to help you for the next thing. So now I need you to think of 4 skill verbs that apply to this character. One that you're amazing at, one that you're good at, one that you're bad at, and one that you're horrible at. So 4 skill verbs. So like that we have in like D&D, like acrobatics, athletics. It's similar things to that, but ideally specific to your character. Something that you're
Okay, so
amazing at,
what
good
I'm
at.
really good at
Yeah.
is not being noticed. Just kind of fading into the background.
Oh, okay. Fade into
Very
background.
useful.
Yeah, fade
Yeah.
into background. Cool. That's a +2. Yeah.
So then something I'm good at?
Yeah, something you're good at.
Driving.
I like the fact you fade into the background. You're amazing at that, but you're only good at
Good at driving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Next.
And then what I'm bad at?
Mm-hmm.
Cooking.
Cooking. All right. Anything specific
And
about
then-
cooking? Just in general, you're just really bad.
All
at
of it.
Just all of it.
Yeah.
In brackets,
Unless
all.
fries.
Oh wait, hang on. All except fries.
Except
Darius,
fries.
are you answering these questions about yourself?
Yes, because I'm stressed.
But are you secretly 70 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what is it that this character that you're playing, and
You
definitely
made
not
me go first.
and Dan, what is this character horrible at?
Horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say swimming, I guess.
Okay, excellent. All right,
don't know.
so
Yeah.
to recap, so for your benefit, Dan. So I need you to write those skills down, and the same for everyone else as well. Write down these 4 skills. Dan, you're going to get a +2 in fade into the background. You're going to get a +1 in driving. You're going to get a -1 in cooking, and then in brackets, all except fries. And then a -2 in swimming. And everyone else is all going to get the same skills, but at a 0.
Hell yeah.
All right. But thank you, Dan, for the 70-year-old valet called Dean Huckelberger. Cool. Emily, you're next, my friends. What kind of character would you like to play in this particular setting?
I think I want to be the newest hire at this office.
New hire, okay.
Still trying to prove myself, working late, coming in early.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Anything particular about them? Like, what do you think the office is? What job are you doing it? Are you just like an intern that you just does everything? You know what I mean? Like, what's your thoughts on it? Is there a particular?
I just walked into a career fair and they were hiring, and I said, I really think that I could help your company and that you're a good fit. And they just never told me what they do or what I'm doing.
Don't know what
They're
you're
just
doing.
like, hey, yeah, come and work
Fun
20-hour
fact,
days for us. It's fine.
That's how you end up as part of a pyramid scheme, my friend.
We don't know if this is a pyramid scheme yet. There's something probably weird going on here, but we don't know.
Definitely something a little fishy.
Yeah, it's a
very
fishy, you
good.
say.
Very good.
all minimum wage work is a pyramid scheme.
So, do you have a name for this character yet, Emily, or are you?
Yes. Josephina Louisa Juliana Journeyman.
Wow.
Well, I hope you remember that.
Yep.
You can call me Joe.
Super. I got Josephina and Journeyman, and then I was stuck in the middle. So, Joe,
Just squiggle.
just squiggle. Cool.
Yeah, just
All
squiggle
right.
it. It might change throughout every
I'm
time
sure
I
it will.
introduce myself.
I'm sure it will. All right, let's then talk about your skill verbs then. So I need you to think of 4 different skills that one of which you're amazing at as Joe, one that you're good at, one that you're bad at, and then one that you're horrible at. And you're going to get a +2, +1, -1, and -2 for those skills respectively.
I'm really good at fake it till you make it.
Ooh, nice one. Fake it till you make it. Yeah.
Then I'm good at keeping a deadline.
Keeping a deadline. Yeah.
Terrible at small talk. Or bad at small talk.
Bad at small talk. Small talk. Yeah.
And terrible at
I feel like I want to say like boundaries, like establishing boundaries, because you just walked into a theater.
You're not wrong. Actually, that could be fun to play with. Yeah, terrible at establishing boundaries.
Sweet. Okay, everyone else on the call, you also have these skills at a 0. So yeah, for Joe, we have fake it till you make it, which is a +2. Keeping a deadline is a +1. Small talk as a -1, and establishing boundaries as a -2. And everyone else gets those at a 0. So write those down as well.
What was the last one of Dan's?
Dan's was swimming.
Swimming. Great.
That'll be very useful.
We're gonna die from that.
Yeah.
Kind of small
Dan's
talking.
gonna
like
die
a
from
fool.
that. We'll be fine.
Oh, you have it at 0. It's fine. He'll die
Yeah.
from that.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah. Brianna, what kind of character are you thinking of for this game?
I am thinking my character is sort of like an engineer repair person who is just kept on site to help with things around the building and may or may not be hiding the fact that they have magic because they don't want to have to deal with the programs for the people with the magic.
Ooh, okay. Nice. I like it. Are they a younger person, older person?
I picture she's like mid to late 20s. Her name is Alyssa.
Alyssa? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alyssa? Great. And would you say, so that, engineer repair person, is there anything that they're particularly special in repairing at all? What's their sort of like, is it just like odd jobs type thing, would you say?
Odd job, so I'm really tempted to say they're good at fixing boilers.
Boilers. Cool.
Emily gets the reference.
Super duper.
Yep.
Boiler room, which is one of the coolest things.
All right, let's do your skills as well. So I need something that you're amazing at, something you're good at, something you're bad at, and something you're horrible at. And again, the same thing. You're going to get a +2, +1, -1, -2 for those skills respectively. So what are you amazing at?
Question: is it okay if I have a similar skill as someone else but ranked different?
What are you? It's ideally something different because we're going to have a set of 16 skills that you have all created together.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So
what were you thinking? What were you thinking?
I was going to be terrible at small talk.
Oh no, you're not going to be great at small talk, but you're not as bad as any character is. So, what are you amazing at? What do you think this repair person's amazing at?
I hope it's repairing.
I'm amazing at I'm amazing at magic. I'm good at repairs.
Okay, so casting. How about casting spells as a +2, and then just repairs in general as a +1. Cool.
I'm good at fixing things.
Excellent.
I'm bad at time management.
Okay.
And I did edit my really bad that I am terrible at social cues.
Social cues. Maybe how about social etiquette perhaps? It's a bit more broader.
Yes, social etiquette.
All right. So everyone else also has those 4 skills as well. So just to recap, for you, Brianna, Alyssa has +2 in casting spells, a +1 in repairs, in brackets, fix things. Time management is a -1, and social etiquette is a -2. And everyone else has those same skills, but at a 0. All right. Now, Taylor.
Yeah.
What are you thinking for your character?
Okay. My name is Alvin Bing.
Alvin, yeah.
And I am 22. I look like Hank from the Venture Brothers, and I am a valet also.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to drive.
Yeah. You're currently at 0 for driving. Yeah, that's fine.
I don't have a license.
No, that's it. Yeah.
But I really want this job. So I think like I have to have lying.
Ooh, okay.
To start with, because how did I get here?
Okay. Do you want to be very good at lying? Are you amazing at lying, would you say?
Ooh. Yeah, you know what? We'll put like that's a good. I'm not great.
Okay, you're good at lying. Okay, it's
I'm good
+1.
at it. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good enough, but it could be better.
Always room for improvement. Okay.
Yeah, what I am really good at.
Yeah.
is fetching / delegating. It could be either one of those. You can pick. Basically, when
No.
I do have to park a car, I get someone else to do it.
All right, I think fetching and delegating. We'll put it as
Love
like
it.
one thing. Yeah, delegating.
Love it.
Yep, that's a +2. Yeah,
Parentheses, others.
others. Yes, yeah.
I think that, like, I'm obviously pretty bad at driving.
We've already got driving as a skill.
Okay.
What's something else you're bad at?
It's called Big Sad Eye.
Big side eye or big sad
Big
eye?
Sad Eye.
Big sad eye. Okay.
This is it goes with the lying.
Okay.
It's like an aid.
so you're bad at that. So you lie and then you do something like wink. Is that what you're doing?
It's just it's me greasing the way, I've
You're
lied.
good at lying, but if you try and sell it too hard, it works against you.
It backfires, I
Right.
think.
Yeah, you try too hard. Okay.
But I think it really works. I think,
you
when
believe
I
in your
turn it
skill.
on,
Yeah.
I feel like this is
Maybe that's why it's not a +2, it's a +1, is that you're good at lying, but you keep
Yeah.
holding yourself back with the thing. Okay, cool.
And then I do that and people are like, "Oh shit. What's he done?"
Yeah.
But and then I'm
yeah.
gonna I need one more. So I'm gonna go with carrying
Yeah.
because I do
Oh,
that.
I thought you were
when
gonna
I'm-
I thought you were gonna specify what it was then. I was like, oh, what are you
No.
carrying? Specifically carrying.
I am always trying to be carrying something to avoid being asked to park a car.
Okay, carrying. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, so then, just for everyone else, make sure you've got these skills on your sheet at a 0. So for Alvin Bing, we have fetching plus delegating in brackets others is a +2, lying is a +1, big sad eye is a -1, and then carrying is a -2.
Brilliant.
Great.
Whoa.
Wow.
Perfect valet material.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be okay.
So just to check with folks, so you should have 16 skills. I'm going to read them all out again in order. I know I keep repeating myself, but I just want to make sure that everyone has them. And you will only have numbers, like different numbers in your full set of skills that you've said. Everything else should be a 0. So we have fade into the background, driving, cooking, in brackets all except fries, swimming, fake it till you make it, keeping a deadline, small talk, establishing boundaries, cast spells, repair, time management, social etiquette, fetching and delegating, in brackets others, lying, big sad eye, and carrying.
Brilliant.
Great.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Everything you could ever need if you wake up in a strange place.
Yeah.
Such a skilled bunch.
That's great. The thing is,
I forgot to put something like lock picking or something.
Oh
so
no!
Open the doors.
So, unfortunately, so normally in this game, we only have 3 folk, and then the final person, me, would give 4 skills to round out, stuff like lock picking or
Time to do big sad eye.
running. Because there's 4 of you, I was like, no, I want to see what skill sets you got up. So best of luck, chaps. It's gonna be super fun.
I can try fixing the fact that the door's locked.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
There we are.
So, the final thing to note, I'm just going to say it for now before I take my headphones off. So, whenever you use one of your skills, you're going to roll a 2d6 and add the modifier to it. There's going to be tiers of success. Basically, anything over a 6 is a success. So 7 to 9, 10 plus, that's a success. It's a bit like tiers and Powered by the Apocalypse. But if you fail, so get a 6 or below, make a note next to your skill. So you will add a +1 to the next skill roll that uses that skill. That's the only thing you need to remember. So if you fail something, next time you would get a little bit better at it, and you can do that up to a max of 2 for each skill. So just keep aware of it. I will remind you if it happens, but that's just quite a nice thing to have. So you're not always going to constantly fail, which is quite nice. Now, this is the fun part for you guys, is that I now have to take my headphones off and try and come up with a scenario in the next 5 minutes that incorporates. Let me see here. Mysterious steampunk with valets and an office space that has been closed for fumigation for bed bugs. And then we have our tenants and all this sort of thing, which is super fun for me. So I'm going to have to come and improvise a whole scenario as a result.
That's fine.
Easy.
Have fun.
Go for it.
We believe in you.
You got this.
Easy. All right. So I'm going to mute myself, but I'll hand over to these guys too. Maybe talk a bit about stuff, but I'm going to take my headphones off, so you might see me just panic slightly inside.
Nice.
That's good.
Have fun.
That's
You
good
quite
TV.
literally signed up for this. Oh, she is.
That's good TV.
Yeah. It does. It does practically write itself.
She's gone. She's
It does.
gone. Let's go.
The moment of you have done this to yourself.
Who do you think's gonna die first? Who do you think's gonna die first?
Me, I'm the
Who's-
newbie.
Who's swimming first?
Yeah, well,
Not you.
I mean, you know, if it
Swimming
was
with the
you,
purple
If
fishes.
if you swim first, then you might die first.
Yeah.
you might die. I mean, I really, I didn't put any skill for managing the doors. There's no
Yeah.
skill for surviving the fumigation or the bugs.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, there's no like stealth. In
Yeah, it'll
case
be
we're not supposed to
fine.
be here. There's no.
Well, we can all just try and fade into the background, so that's
Fade
fine.
into the background. We could do that.
Yeah.
No,
Little bit
okay.
of stealth.
Also, magic is an option. You're welcome.
Okay,
This
there
is
you
true.
go.
Yeah, this
There
is
you
true.
go. I've got a 0 to that, so
It's an
Mm.
office space. Fake it till you make it is key
take
here.
it till you make it. Listen, who has magic?
Up there. Yep.
Okay,
We
one
can
of
all
us.
try.
We can all try.
It's
I don't know.
probably yeah. I was gonna say it's probably not super uncommon. It's just most people don't have enough to get the government's attention.
They don't seek it out.
I'm just gonna quickly run to the kitchen. I'll be right back.
Oh, he's got to get a snack.
Snacks are
You
important.
gotta get snacks before the game, though.
Well, but he needs more. He's eaten them all already. He absorbed them. That's how he works.
I'm
and the
fighting
thing
the urge
is-
to grab a hat.
If yeah,
Go grab a
well,
hat. Do it.
I don't need to grab a hat. I'm wearing headphones. It will be awkward.
but what if you had a hat? Then we'd know more about you as a person. We'd know,
You'd
Your
know that I'm
innermost
a local scripted. That's what my hat says.
Keep that under your hat. The government will find out. and
No,
then-
keep it on my hat and wear it proud.
Yeah. Well, that's probably what is going to happen to you then if you're a local cryptid. They're going to take you away at some point. We'll
To a
come back
nicer
to
place?
another room. Yeah, to a real nice farm.
Yeah, Tahiti. It's a magical place.
Yeah, Tahiti.
Oh boy.
That's
Sounds
where
great.
That's where
Let's go.
everything that the government takes away just goes to a big resort in Tahiti.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
It's one of
I've
those
actually-
places where they have like a buffet that's open 24/7.
With
And
shrimp?
it's not with shrimp, and it's not food that comes from industrial barrels. Because most of the
Well,
time
I wasn't
it
thinking
is.
it was until you said it.
Well,
And now I
just think about it. Just think about it.
Emily and I are going to be mentally stuck in Tarsig, which is
we're going to be
one of the
stuck in
places-
industrial barrels full of food? Question mark?
Maybe
Possible.
grade A material.
I'm just
Mm.
like, I had a chance
Material.
to I had a chance to play an alternate version of a boiler room, which I'm gonna.
Well,
They were so much fun to come up with, and at some point I'm gonna write a book with them.
I
I
don't have to
can't
know what's
not.
going on. I'm new here.
ah,
Fair.
I mean, does any of us really know what's going on? Probably not.
No.
We thought we did.
If we
We're
say
done.
we do, then we do.
We're
If
just
we say
valets.
it, it's true.
We're just valets.
We're just valets.
no,
I don't know
just
what's going on. I
ballet.
just work here.
I just work here. This is above my pay grade. I don't know anything about what goes on in here. I'm supposed to be parking cars.
That's
Supposed to be.
Supposed to
You
be.
don't listen. Don't just hear the hearsay. Listen into the gossip.
I never listen to gossip, but I've got a hat now, so I think I'm prepared.
Yay!
Are folks ready for this incredibly I don't want to say detail, but we'll find out if it's a good story or not. But are folks ready
It's
to play?
gonna be great. We got this.
Yeah,
Gonna be good.
super. So
We're here with you and for you.
oh, well, we'll see. You all awaken in a strange place. The first thing to note when you awaken is the sound of like a hum coming from where you're all lying face down on the floor. Your faces are against like a very metallic floor, and a general sort of hum of it. But also what hits you, but maybe you're like used to the smell now is the very dank smell of fish everywhere. I guess let's roll a 2d6 and see who wakes up first. Let's go from there. And then you can go about the scene as you come to in this strange place.
Well, I have rolled a 1.
2d6.
A 3.
Why are the dice holding you back?
That's
Tay?
incredible.
I think it has a lot to do with just who Alvin is as a person.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3. So Alvin is 3. Yep. What are the dice rolls did we get?
I rolled another 8.
Okay, an 8 for you. For
I
Joe.
rolled a, I rolled a globdang 10.
Oh, Dan.
Oh,
Oh,
and
no.
now I get to be
Disgusting.
Age before beauty.
trouble child again. I also rolled a 10.
Let's
Oh,
have
good.
a
You
roll off.
take
Let's
it.
go for it. No, let's have a roll off. Dean,
Oh.
Huckleberry, we're having a roll off, so get used to it.
Oh.
It's probably you. I got a 2.
I got a 7.
7. So no, it is not Dean to go first. Let me just write people's names down so I don't forget. Dean, we've got Joe. We've got where's the other one? Oh, it's there. We've got Alyssa, and we've got Alvin as well. All right, so Josephine, you are going first. Have a quick description of your character, pronouns, just so I have them as well, so I can refer to you. And yeah, how do you come to on this strange metallic floor, which seems to be humming currently?
Josephine is probably she, they pronouns. On the shorter side, slight, but not like super skinny. Long hair, back in a braid.
Mhm.
Probably just wakes up, laying down, rolls on their back, and sits up.
Mm-hmm.
Looks around and sees, I imagine, 3 other people currently lying unconscious on this floor,
Mhm.
and thinks, doesn't even think, just says out loud as they think it, yeah, that may as well happen.
Yeah. As you sort of come into it, you see the forms on the floor. You also seem to be surrounded by big pallets of boxes, like wooden crates and stuff, piled high. And as you sort of look up, you can see like the metal itself sort of bows round a little bit and comes roughly about maybe 15 feet. Sorry, not 5 feet. Otherwise, you bash your head. Like sort of 15 feet above you in sort of like a concaved type way. And as you said, as you sort of again, you're coming to your sound is slowly coming back to your ears. It's actually quite loud in here. That hum is coming through the floor, but it's also like around you as well. You can see the boxes themselves are slightly sort of shuddering and vibrating a little bit. And you can't necessarily see an out, like you're surrounded by these boxes, so you probably have to stand up and have a look around to see if there's an exit somewhere. But you have 3 other folks here as well. Is there anything that you'd like to do just now, Joe?
I don't think I'd actually think to look for an exit right away. I just look around me and see if there's anything written on the crates, if there's like any, like what's in them.
I mean, that's a good question. What skill were you using for that?
For that,
maybe social etiquette.
maybe social etiquette. Looking like I'm
establishing boundaries badly because those ain't your boxes.
Oh, no. I'm not establishing boundaries here. There aren't other people for me to establish boundaries with.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
just trying to peek and see what the boxes are without it seeming like I'm being impropriety.
That sounds like a social etiquette role, because I don't see anything else that can really, unless you, no, you're not really carrying them either. So yeah, 2d6 plus your social etiquette.
Which is 0, but that's fantastic and fine because I rolled an 8 again.
And you get, I mean, great dice. So you get a mix. You get partially what you want or at a cost. So it's mixed success. You're looking, and you can't necessarily see the what's in each of these boxes. They seem to be nailed quite shut. On quite a number of them, though, they seem to have like branded in some way, sort of dark words. And you can't make out the full sense of it. You do see Wilson's factory parts on one of them. You also see perch rock climbing gear on another. You also see, looking around the room, you also see flags That's just written on in some sort of burnt sort of thing. But yeah, the next person comes to let's see who's that. I believe that is Dean Huckelberger. So you come to what's happening with Dean? A little bit of description. Pronouns will be helpful for me. But yeah, what happens?
So Dean, he, him, probably wearing a uniform, valet uniform with an orange hat, an old orange hat, and yeah. What was the rest of the question? Just what I'm doing as
what are
I
you
wake
doing?
up.
Yeah, like you blearily you blearily sort of reach yourself up again. Yeah, wearing your sort of uniform. Does it have like a name tag or something like on it of your name and stuff?
It probably says Dean on it.
Just Dean.
and then I've written in front of it like Mr. Dean or something like that, you know, to try and give myself a little bit more. But it's going against regulation with the uniform, but no one seems to have noticed that I've added some flair to my uniform.
I like the idea that it's a very old ID, right? It's well, but that picture is obviously when you were first came, but it's how you look now, and you haven't changed that much of the facial shape, but you're still wearing the hat. At the joint. So when you go and get back up, it's the exact same picture.
As I like lean up, and if as you say, if the camera was filming that, it would be like the same. Yeah, you're so right.
These are the two individuals. You can, and you see the same thing again. You can feel the floor below you vibrating ever so slightly, and you feel like that noise of the hum all around you. And yet you see an individual. You probably actually have seen Joe about before. You're all sort of in the same building block, down the same street. And whilst you don't know, I again don't want to assume that Joe can drive or anything like, or has a car, but you've seen them come in and out, and maybe
you've never parked my car.
Yeah, never parked the car, but you definitely know of Joe, but maybe you've not spoken to them before.
Right. So, I mean, the first thing I do, I'll say out loud, "This isn't a cube situation, is it?" And look around for small cube-shaped doors on the on all the walls.
You probably have to go and investigate the walls themselves. You don't see any cubes. Like the cubish things are these big crates with that look like stenciled brands.
We're off to a bad start.
Yeah.
Must have been the medication. Right. I'll say hello then to it's Joe, right? To Joe.
Yeah.
Joe. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello. Right. Is this a staff training exercise again? We have done a few of these, but not in this place.
I will have to check in with my supervisor and I'll get back to you on that.
Right. Okay. Yep. Okay. Good. And I'll just walk away a little bit.
You fade into the background, Dean?
Fade into the background, yes.
2d6 plus 2 for me, please.
Okay. Where did I put it? I was just holding on to it. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's a 6 plus 2, so it would be 8.
Gosh, I was like, okay, so it's a mixed success if the player gets what they want or at a cost. So you are, what are you doing? You're fading into the background. You instantly go, oh, okay, and then just do your normal thing of stepping back a little bit, and you fit very neatly in between two boxes. But as you sort of hit the back of the sort of metal thing, you get that vibration again, and it's weird. As you sort of feel it, you suddenly realize that this vibration, obviously, this is you've not been in this room before, and staff training sounds plausible. This may be an outing of some sort, but then you're like, wait, this is a metal box that's vibrating. Why is it vibrating? And you can hear the sound of a hum, which you would recognize to be engines.
Right. But in the meantime, I'm going to lean my back into that vibration and just enjoy it a little bit.
Really good.
Just try and get some of those knobs out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit harder to fade into the background when you're getting a massage.
Yeah. The noise is like, you actually, Joe, you hear it as well. It's like the and the so you know where Dean is.
I'm just not going to question that then.
Let's go for Alyssa next, please. Just to quickly describe yourself as you're sort of waking up blearily from the ground. Pronouns just to help me out. And
Got it.
what's happening?
2. I think I'm last.
Yes. I thought Alvin was
Alvin.
2. Oh no, I've switched you around.
Alvin
You're
got
right.
3.
Thank you so much. Gosh, the one mistake. Oh, terrible. End of stream.
Never recover from this.
Never recover. Alvin, can you describe yourself? Pronouns just to help me out. But yeah, you wake up blearily and you see the same scene that these two have seen.
Alvin Bing, 22. He, him. Kind of got like a buzz cut, sort of like not like a hard military buzz cut, more like a Race Bannon from Johnny Quest deal. You know, it's there. It's not moving in the wind. It's blonde. Not like an impressive blonde, but just like it is blonde. We don't have questions about it. And just always nervous.
Yeah.
In like a weird way.
Okay.
Not like a pitiable way. Just kind of like, what's going on with that guy? Like kind of moving a lot.
You're sort of like, ooh, no, thank you.
Yeah,
Ooh.
a lot of that. That energy. And I've also I've drooled.
Yeah.
You can tell. And I feel like when I get up, like the string.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Because it's that tacky drool.
Yeah,
it's been there for a while.
Yeah, and because you said you're a valet as well, so you're probably wearing the same sort of boiler suit overall sort of thing that Dean is wearing. What does your ID card look like?
I feel like I moved while they were taking the picture, so it's kind of like a little blur.
You're the cryptid.
Like one eye is like kind of, you know how like when you take a picture of somebody you think it's gonna be good, but like then you look at it and their eyes are kind of like
yeah. It's the same thing.
It's a lot like that. And I moved and my name is on it, you know. And it says that I have probably like, you know how when you see a license and it says like, oh, this is a B class and C and double R, like I've got like 3 or 4 classifications because I didn't just lie, like I lied.
It goes onto the back of the ID card. You've got so many qualifications. Do you have a hat on? I appreciate I didn't ask Joe if they had a hat on, but does Alvin have a hat on?
Alvin does have a hat, but he's like never wearing it. It's kind of like a little flappy hat that's tucked in a pocket.
Yeah.
For today, I have this hat.
I love that. I think that's great. That's sort of
that's not what Alvin is actually wearing.
Darn it!
What if?
Happy birthday! Happy New Year! But like he does have a hat. But the thing is like hats are kind of a big deal, right? Like hats are rare.
Yeah.
And he's working up to getting his own. This is actually someone else's hat that he's taken.
Ooh, I like that a lot. So
not in like a lethal or aggressive way. Like this was probably in the lost
a gift or something. Oh, lost and found. Okay, that's even sadder.
Yeah, and it might be why the office has bed bugs. It's not. We don't know that.
That's not how bed bugs work. Not through hats.
Well,
maybe here. Maybe here it is.
Establish it. That is a very good point. I should have said that. So at any point in the game, if you're like, hang on, I want to establish a truth about this world. If you say something like hats do have bed bugs in them or something like that, we roll 2d6, and obviously if it succeeds, it is definitely a truth.
Hey, let's do that. Let's say hats have bed bugs in them.
All right, roll 2d6 straight. And then 2d6, and we'll go from there.
And my club, guess what? It's an 11.
Oh no.
Cool. One time you roll well.
Great. So hats attract or help with bed. A common cause of bed bug infestation.
All kinds of bugs, whatever you got.
That's fine by me. I decided I wasn't wearing a hat.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's totally cool.
I do have shoes though.
Well,
the real life me's head is
watch out.
Itch slightly.
There might be something in there too, so we just be careful.
Oh, I will. So Alvin, you sort of, you have that horrible drool sort of coming down, like big, long, snotty thing. And you notice probably as you start to focus on like the floor where you're picking yourself up from. Again, your snot is vibrating a little bit, that line, because it's stuck to the floor. This hum, and you're like, and I leave it up to you whether you go, like snick it back up or you
Yeah, I do.
break it. Okay, great.
Nah, you know I do.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't want to assume.
Hey, thanks, but I have done it. I'm gonna kind of like sidle over in the general direction of Dean.
Yep. Yeah, you can hear where Dean is. You see this Joe person as well, which you again you will have met in passing as well, being a valet and
Yeah, I
helping
kind
out
of
the
do
office.
like.
I think Joe heard you or could not avoid hearing you just like absorbing the drool back and just like offers you a handkerchief awkwardly.
I drop it, but I pick it back up and I'm like, whoa, thank you for this. Yeah. And I just kind of like do one of these, like, okay. And I hand it back because I'm not really sure what to do with it.
Excellent.
I think maybe it was that.
Yeah. So yeah, you get this very wet,
Yeah.
slopping sort of handkerchief back.
Just stand there holding in my hand. Like,
well, because it's like,
okay.
it's like really hot in here. Yeah. You feel it?
Is it?
I don't know. I just feel like that. I feel like that. And it's like, it's shaky. It's shaky in here.
If you think it's hot, I'll take your word for it. But
Yeah, I don't know.
everything's a little shaky.
It's like really, it's kind of shaky in here, and it's weird, right? It's weird that we're in here. What is this?
Just to check, are you okay, Dan? You back?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. The internet.
It's fine.
Just,
No, I was like, I'm not going to worry about it, but you're back, so you're all good. Don't worry.
Yeah, sorry.
Great.
Hooray.
Then finally, my last but by no means least, Alyssa, you hearing this sort of conversation of like, yeah, like there's what I will roll for. Actually, yeah, let's do it now. Social etiquette, Alvin. So it's a 2d6 plus 0.
Oh boy. Okay, it's fine. It's fine, everyone, because plus 0 is good for me. Whoa, 10.
Excellent. You're having this conversation, and you do realize partway through, you're like, probably shouldn't have given back that handkerchief. And so maybe you're holding it together as something, and you just maybe slowly but surely wrap it up and just have it and go and be like, I'll get this back to you, and then put it in the pocket with the flat cap that you have.
Oh, that's fine. I don't need it back. You can keep it. It's yours. You need
Okay, I will, but I will. One day.
And then last but by no means least, Alyssa. So again, you waking up to this sort of like this very awkward conversation that's probably happening above you. The sound of a from behind because of the thing. What does Alyssa look like? What are their pronouns? Just so I have it. And yeah, what are they doing in this space?
I think Alyssa is also of the she/they variety, just because we like our she/theys. She's got like shoulder length hair that's usually like pulled back up like in a ponytail or a bun, just because when you're working in mechanical repairs, hair gets caught. Wearing the typical like engineer or maintenance uniform, and I believe there is a hat that you get when you've worked there a certain amount of years. So she has one, so she's been there for a couple of years, and they use it to like help. It's a mark of status and to keep the hair contained.
Oh, do you know what kind of hat it is?
I'm picturing like a baseball cap.
Nice. Okay.
But like the longer you've worked there, the nicer of a baseball cap you get.
Oh,
so like
interesting.
your first year, it's almost like it's just like someone made it with like scrap fabric and like
it's similar lost and found vibes of just like there you go, and then you slowly make your way up to like almost like a pristine, like it's just been, I don't know, laundered or ironed or something like that.
Yeah, like
nice.
pristine. Like the people who've worked there the longest, their hats are solid white.
Ooh.
I was gonna say, are they color coded, and how many years until you get purple?
Yeah, what's your color of your baseball cap, would you say?
Oh,
I think purple is 20 years. I'm probably in like a light blue or green. I've only been there about 5 years.
Light blue or green.
Nice. But there's also like there's a couple like little bits of stitching that are just like a little bit different, but no one would notice unless you were looking for it.
I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, so you have this sort of baseball cap that's sort of like, again, you sort of take it off. It hurts a little bit because obviously you sort of dug into the ground a little bit where you fell, it seems. The hat on it, again, as you said, is that light blue green, but it has the sort of the name of the company that you work for, which is going to be, she says, looking around, just to, it is Lever Arch. That's the company you work for. Definitely not, because I looked at a Lever Arch folder then. Lever Arch Mechanics. Yep, and yeah, you have the same thing. All of you, like again, you've been, maybe you don't know the others as well as that they know you or anything like that, but you've been to the office several times. You've fixed various bits and pieces, whether it's been one of the faulty doors, whether it's been a one of these sort of typewriter things, the ribbon getting stuck, etc. You have a fix for everything. Would you say you had like a tool belt or a toolbox or something like that with you?
Probably something closer to a tool belt or something like a multi-tool, just the basic stuff. I wouldn't have something like big and
you just got
unwieldy.
your trusty sort of bandolier of various bits and pieces. Yeah, that's with you for sure. Is there anything you'd like to do in this situation, Alyssa?
I think it's like I wake up, roll over, and as I notice the vibration, I think she's gonna say, "Are we on an airship or something?"
Now that you think about it, all four of you suddenly realize that, there seems to be a lot of vibrations. There was a sound of an engine. It seems to be a metal box of some sort, and you're surrounded by wooden crates, which seem to have all these different brandings of like logos and like shipping for companies on it. And you suddenly, all of it hits you at the same time. You are all in the cargo hold of what seems to be an airship, and it's currently flying.
There are perks to actually knowing the genre.
But yes, but you all can come back to each other, and you're just surrounded by all these crates and boxes. But you're all here, you're all awake, and you are in this strange place. What do folk like to do? And this is where I leave it over to you folks to start talking in character whilst I carry on making some notes.
Did we hear that? Did we hear you say that this is an airship?
Well, yeah, it's just like, are we on an airship? How did I end up on an airship? You kind of have to be aware and cognizant to get tickets on these.
Of course, we're on an airship. That makes perfect sense. Thank you.
I still maintain it might be that we are in a employee test scenario type thing. This has happened before.
I will check in with my supervisor. First, I'm Mabel.
They're checking with the supervisor. We'll be back here. Bing. Back here. Yeah.
Hey, do you think we're gonna have to do you think in this employee training day, do you think we're gonna have to park any cars?
Yeah, probably gonna have to park a car, probably gonna have to carry some bags. We are
probably in front of the boss?
Oh, they'll be watching.
Can we
look for some double-sided glass? They'll be behind it, staring. Maybe holes.
You think they brought a car in here?
You know when you see portraits and the eyes are always watching? They are watching.
I think it's in pieces. You can check boxes.
Okay. Well, I mean, I
can see them doing that. Bring the car in pieces. That sounds classic.
I can move that. Material. I can move a car, and if it's in pieces, I can move a car. Yeah.
Yep.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yep.
That'd be a weirdly specific test, but I wouldn't put it past management. My question is why am I here?
What I would say at this point is that, Joe, you look around and you suddenly realize that you probably have the highest authority from being from the company. You are management in what they're talking about here. You have two valets and a mechanic at your disposal. So unfortunately, you are representing the company. Of a company, I can't stress enough, you have no idea what it does.
Great. That's about right.
Just kind of dug around some crates. Okay, you can do this. You've been training for this. How long have you been here? 4 months? 4 months. That's plenty of time. Excellent. What is this? Never mind. We'll figure it out. just duck back around the crates. Right. Okay, then. You are correct. I heard from my manager. This is a training exercise. So lovely. I hope you're all in the mood
Told
for
you,
team
babe.
building.
Don't
They
worry.
decided that
He's fine.
don't worry. This is not going to
I'm
be
fine.
this is not a make or break sort of thing. We're just building rapport between different departments and age groups. So
Are we
the
getting
young,
paid for this trip? This counts as a work-based trip.
of course you are. You are
I do it
getting
for free.
Okay.
you are getting paid. Any
we go.
overtime will be honored through company vouchers.
Mhm.
Oh, that's too real. Oh,
Meanwhile, Alyssa's just sitting cross-legged on the floor. This could actually be a test of how good you are at making stuff up on the spot, because you're doing just like a fantastic job.
Thank you. I will try and remember that.
Ooh, that sounds like, I don't know. Do we think small talk? I mean, it's not. I mean, you are kind of establishing boundaries a little bit, I would say, Joe. But equally, I do think social etiquette as well could be any of those three. But
Oh, I was absolutely playing into my being bad at social etiquette.
Yeah,
oh, that's for you.
you're
That's for
being
you.
bad at social etiquette. I'm
Yeah.
faking it till I
Yeah.
make it.
Oh, you are faking it till you make it. You're right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll 2d6 plus 2. Yeah, go for it. Sorry, I was like establishing boundaries, but no, fake it till you make it. Absolutely.
Perfect.
I'm gonna need that +2, and it's not enough because I rolled a 4, so 6.
Ooh,
6
hey,
is
it's
still a
okay because
failure.
you gotta fake it
Till you
until
make it. So
you
yeah.
make it.
So I'll put a little
Yeah.
tally next to it, so you get a +1 on the next roll that uses that, which will be great. That's going to be a +3 if you do fake it to make it. The way that Joe is sort of saying it to you guys, and maybe that interruption for Alyssa, you can see there's a little bit of sweat coming down their sort of brow. There's a bit of stainage around the sort of armpit area, as it's like, oh dear.
The smile is not reaching the eyes. It's very much just plastered on the face.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What I
Eyes
will
are dead. Eyes are full of panic.
Yeah. What I would say is that as you guys are talking at that moment, there's definitely like a trigger as the whole cargo hold that you were in shudders before resuming that hum. And as you're feeling it now, you start to sort of realize that you're sort of going back and forth, almost like the swaying of a ship. And slowly that there are these these crates and stuff like that haven't been moored down, and they're starting to slowly move from one side to another. Nothing too drastic yet, but there's quite a few of them moving about, which could cause damage. Something's not right with this airship.
I'm gonna go start doing repairs. Use repairs to start getting some of these crates secured.
Oh, nice.
Because I'm
Let's go
sure,
for it.
like, there's probably like extra straps or something, or maybe it's just like they weren't correctly like strapped down. So
Mhm.
I'm just like,
Yeah, let's do your repair then. 2d6 plus 1 for your repair skill.
excellent. That is an 8.
And 8 is a mixed success. So there is a couple of straps down here that you're able to do it. But actually, as you start to do it, one or two more start to ping off, as clearly the pressures. Again, the ship itself seems to be going. Also, yeah, Dan, welcome to the dropship episode.
Exactly.
You start to sort of move back and forth a little bit, and so another one pings, and it starts to slide into where you hear the cracks of these crates breaking, and out of them you see a whole mixture of things. Flags obviously has socks in them. Weird, but it's like a branding thing. You
I was
also
hoping it wouldn't be flags.
yeah, exactly. They're like, haha, competitors. No. You also have what was the other one I said? Like Wilson's factory, I think I said. Lots of like pencils just come out randomly, and so it's getting to be quite busy in here with just all the cargo from different shipping companies starting to break as this thing. So you managed to secure a bit of it, but it's almost like losing it in a way, because it's just things are just going to go from bad to
You
worse.
said there was also rock climbing gear there, right?
I did, yes, I did purchase
Okay.
rock climbing gear.
I'm going to grab some rock climbing gear and start bringing it over to Alyssa.
Mm-hmm.
What
do you do?
And then you just kind of deliver it very professionally to your side.
Hang on. This feels like a carrying thing. First of all, let's roll 2d6
Yes, I'm gonna
plus
carry.
carrying.
Meanwhile,
Feel like that.
Meanwhile, Alyssa's like, okay, how do I get
Crap.
out of here?
What did you roll?
I've rolled a 2.
Oh.
Mark a failure, so you get +1 for the next roll. So you're just like, but then you see, you've got like the ice picks and stuff like that, and you're like, don't worry, I've got it, and you slip on like some pencils, and your ice picks go into the metal, go through the metal, and you're holding on to them, but then suddenly air is being sucked out. You were clearly in the sky, and pressure's starting to destabilize, and so you're holding on, and slowly these ice picks are like in the metal floor. They are so sharp.
And we're getting out of the cargo hold.
Well, love your enthusiasm, but next time try and be a bit more careful.
Yes, I see. That's
it's
what
fine.
I did wrong.
It's okay. It's fine because I'm gonna plug it. I'm gonna plug that hole.
Mm-hmm.
I got it, boss. And I'm gonna sit on the hole.
Okay. That sounds like a repair. 2d6 plus your repair skill.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I mean,
I'm trying to keep the stream appropriate, but there's such an inappropriate joke in my head right now.
Absolutely. So you sit on it, and it's blocked for now, so the air doesn't destabilize. But you're now currently stuck to the ground. You can feel your buttocks in this hole, and you're like, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this easily. But yeah, the hole is plugged for now.
It's fine. It's fine, everybody, because I got it. I'll just be here.
Thing, that is some fast thinking.
Yeah, you know me.
I'm glad to have you on the team.
Thank you. I'm so glad to hear you say that because, you know.
Because of the test that we're doing right now. Yeah.
Yes, the test. Let me
I
go
think we
see if there's any paperwork for this so that I can keep track of your scores, so I know to give you good marks for your quick thinking. I'm just gonna walk away towards what I think is the front of the ship and see if there's any door out of this.
Yeah, I'd say that, you can start to make your way. I'm not going to make you roll for it because I feel that's a basic thing for you to go into.
You missed the door entirely.
Yeah, like no doors, only cargo hold. That's all I've got in this room. No. But yeah, I just want to check with Alyssa. Is there anything else? Because again, you're struggling. Maybe you have two straps and you're trying to hold them down, but there's more stuff happening. Is there anything else you would like to do whilst you've got these two mechanics? These two valets on the ground. One of them holding ice picks and the other one blocking a hole with their bum.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to temporarily give up on getting the crate strapped down. I want to see if I can find a better way to plug the hole that's not using a person, and then we can get out of the cargo.
Nice. Well, why don't you do a 2d6 repair for me, please?
Yeah.
You're trying to look around and see if there's something that you can do. And I'd say that doesn't look like a great face.
I rolled a 4.
4. You're looking around, and weirdly, there's no big box or something that can fit in. Currently, the only thing that you have in the room is Alvin. But even then, you can see that Dean, what's it called? Did I call you
Huckleberger?
Huckleberger. Sorry, I was going to call you Fickleberger, and I was like, no. That's
I've been called Fickleberger before.
No, I think Fickleberger was my
Huckleberger.
But you can see again these ice picks, these things. They are shredding the thing. So the hole's getting bigger, and
it's getting worse.
Yeah, and Alvin is slowly sinking down.
Oh my God, no! Alvin is like this. Like, hey,
oh wait,
I don't know for sure, but I think this hole. I think it's getting bigger.
This is a really bad test.
We need to get into a different part of the ship immediately, and perhaps see if we can get this landed immediately.
Let's go to Joe. So you come up to this thing and you see exactly what you're looking for, an exit sign. It seems to be blinking quite aggressively, like within the sort of like different sort of bulbs. There's that weird sort of tungsten, and it's there. But unfortunately, looking at it, you see the door itself. You can see it's on a timed lock. You can see these sort of these sort of steampunk sort of like these like sort of locks, and you can see every 30 seconds it goes. And they all sort of change, all the cogs work, etc. And then they stop, and then maybe it's like a 10-second gap, and they go, and they all go back in together as if it's complete clockwork. What would you like to do?
Are you guys like leaving the room?
Trying to.
Just Joe just now trying to find an exit whilst you three are sort of working on this hole together.
I mean, I know pinball. The flashing lights is go here.
Mm-hmm.
But the locks say it's going to be a little harder than that.
Oh.
You do see, actually, let me help you out a little bit. You do see there is like a trumpet type thing, like a speaking hole. You would see and you can see there's like a tube that goes up and through the door itself. So there does seem to be like ways to communicate with the rest of the ship should you need to. It makes sense that there would be some sort of communication between the hole and something else. What I will say is that you haven't seen any other individuals in here. And again, let me just paint the scene again, just in case I wasn't clear. The ship is moving side to side. There are crates everywhere at this point. There is socks flying. There's weird little pencils that say Wilson's factory on it. There's the smell of fish, but you don't see any fish here.
And don't see any purple?
You don't see any purple here, no. Not at all. And yet you hear the various sort of screams and machinations of two valets slowly falling through the floor and the mechanic desperately trying to block the hole. What would you like to do?
Just the picture of the "this is fine" fire meme.
Yeah.
Right?
I gotta be honest with you. Like, I can't worry about the fact that I can't see where the fish smell is coming from.
Just go up to the speaking trumpet and it's like, "Excuse me, so sorry. We seem to have a little difficulty here. Could you please open the door immediately?"
That sounds like small talk to me. 2d6.
Oh, would that be small talk or social etiquette?
Ooh, tell you what, yeah, it's more social etiquette. So go for it. Okay, you don't get that -1. It's just a 0, I think.
Well, that leaves me at a 7 then.
Okay, a mixed success.
You're welcome.
So you do hear like a... sorry, is there someone there in the cargo hold? Joyce, there's someone in the cargo hold. There's someone in the cargo hold. Yes, Joyce, there's someone in the cargo hold. Oh, Joy, that's brilliant. Well, come on through. It's absolutely tip top in here. You should all come in. Why are you in the cargo hold?
That's great.
I wish I could tell you, but that seems to be classified, even from us. So, jolly good, please open the door. Thank you. There's
classified? What are you talking about? There's nothing classified in there. We're just normal people flying a normal ship to a normal location.
You think that's part of the testing?
Yeah, you all hear this noise.
Just hold on.
Hold on. That everything is normal.
If you could just make sure you scoot over a little bit, I'm falling as well.
Yeah,
and it would be better for me as I've worked here longer.
I'm drying even.
I'm just like awkwardly like trying to reach around them to like put climbing gear on them so I can like attach them to something. So
here's the thing,
we lose
Alyssa.
The floor, we might not lose them.
Here's the thing, Alyssa. You do have a +2 in something, which might help you here.
Yeah, I think
Alyssa's good at something.
Rude. I think it's all.
We're all good at something.
I think as all this panic is going on, and we are slowly but surely losing Alvin through the hole in the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing one of, like these, trying to like keep myself like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alyssa just like places her hand like flat against the ground and is going to attempt to cast a spell to like make the metal at least partially repair itself. So it'll start to like close up the gradually. So it just gradually.
Well,
it's not just like immediate. So
just slowly lift yourself up.
No, let's find out, shall we? Together. Let's roll 2d6 plus casting spells for Alyssa.
I'm watching Alyssa try to do a spell, and I'm looking at Dean, and I'm hyperventilating. I'm like, Dean,
we've traded dice luck.
What have
you
got?
think they're gonna make me land this plane?
I rolled a 3 for a total of 5.
Okay.
You know, I can't park a car. I can't.
So Alvin, you suddenly go, oh. No, and you start to fall, and as you're sort of gripping, and again, Dean, you're sort of trying to get your friend, the metal shuts you both off, so you're not cleaned in two, but you're separated between you're on the outside, Alvin, and you're about to fall. So
wait,
sorry.
Oh, wait,
Wait, I'm on the
we're
inside?
on the
Yep.
outside of the I'm on
So
the outside
yeah, so
of the
Alvin's on
boat.
the outside because you fell through, but as Dean, you were trying to grab Alvin, the metal
Mhm.
knitted itself back together. It was very quick, but so quick you couldn't
Oh.
pull. So let's talk
But
about
Dean
what.
doesn't get their arm cut off.
No, not at all.
No.
No.
Okay, cool.
So here's the
Silver
thing.
lining.
Yeah, well,
Silver linings.
let's quickly go to the outside of this of
Yeah,
this
okay.
ship.
Okay.
Now, as you start to pull, you see that on the outside, you realize what the fish smell was. That the canvas that is surrounding the whole of the ship is purple. It is a
Wow.
horrible. It is like a horrible bruise color. So it is very vibrant and dark, but it absolutely reeks. If anything, you can see the sort of smell lines coming off this particular ship. But you start to fall, and you're grabbing at the canvas to try and hold yourself in place. I'm going to need a roll from you, but I'm not entirely sure what. I don't think it's fade into the background.
You know what?
Fetching? Carrying this.
Can I
Fake it till you make it.
look, I am young. Okay, I'm 22. I'm
Yep.
kind of out on my own for the first time. Like, I didn't want to go. My parents kicked me out. And they were like, Alvin, you got to get a job. Like, you can't live like this here in our house. And I'm out here. I'm trying to live my life. And I don't know if I have magic, but this seems like the time to try.
Ooh, I love that. That's great. Yeah, so you're just like,
You just saw magic happen, you know?
yeah,
it's
you're like,
possible.
I'll learn on
I
the
mean,
job,
I
I'll learn on
know
the job."
I've seen people do it. Like, I know people can do this, but not everybody can do it. And I've not really tried. I'm kind of just still figuring out who I am.
All right.
Okay.
It's a 2d6.
Yeah, it is. It's a 5. So
Failure, unfortunately.
You're gonna be better at it next time.
You will be better at it, so
great.
do get a +1. What
Oh.
happens though is that you start to grasp at the canvas, this purple stuff, and your nails you start to peel away like the canvas. The canvas itself is very wet. It feels almost like the fish scales sort of thing, and you're pulling at it, and you wrap yourself up in it as you fall. But you don't fall completely. I'm not gonna be like, that's the end of we ever see of Alvin. You're wrapped up in this thing, trailing behind this airship.
Is it because I have the like rock climbing gear on?
Yeah, a mixture of all this stuff. So yeah, you're sort of just out on the side, and you're like the air.
I'm like flapping in the air.
Like, you can still breathe and stuff like that, but you can see the ship again. It's massive from where you're looking at it from behind, but it is definitely doing lazy sort of like things in the air. You can see it slowly dipping down and slowly dipping up. So you're just at the whim of this thing. You're gonna have to in the next time we come back to you, you're gonna have to try and pull yourself back or do something because again, this is very slippery. It's tiring to hold on, and yeah, you're just wrapped up in it like almost like a silks performer. So yeah, maybe you're actually upside down.
Like I got stamina.
Yeah, you're fine for stamina.
I'm young. I'm, you know.
But we'll flash back in.
Yeah, that's.
We'll flash back inside.
I heard the rest of it. Don't worry.
I thought I'd just cut you off then before someone said something. Joe,
that's it. That was all there was.
That was it.
That's all there was.
There was nothing else.
Joe, you are talking to what seems to be very weird people on the other side who are like, no, there's. I mean, you should come in here. Well, there shouldn't be anything in the cargo hold. No. Joyce. Oh yes, Beavish. Absolutely, there shouldn't be anything in the cargo hold. No. Oh,
Not even cargo. Do I see Alvin fall through the floor?
Oh, you hear it, and then as the air reestablishes itself and
just turn back and see him fall through as the hole closes up.
Yeah, I think that'd be hard to miss.
Yeah.
Just go back to the talking horn. Now you listen here. We have a young man who has fallen outside of the ship, and you are going to find a way to bring him back to the inside. Understood?
Ooh.
I'm delegating.
You are delegating.
Joe's the best manager I've ever had in my life.
I mean, technically, you're fetching and delegating in brackets others.
Others.
Yes.
I love that. Yeah. Roll 2d6 +0 currently, but you never know.
Most of my managers would have just let me dangle
Apparently,
out there.
it's my dice's favorite number. 8.
8.
Oh,
Hey,
pretty
it's a
good.
mixed success.
It's better than my dice's favorite number, which is 3.
So you do this impassioned plea, and you're like, no, we've lost a young man. He's outside, and
out in the elements, who knows where, doing who knows what with who knows who.
and there's a silence on the other end, and they're like, oh gosh, we've got to get them in, Joyce. Oh yes, Beamish, we absolutely have to. And there's a as like little tungsten light bulbs which have been painted green and red go off, and the time doors go and then open and open out of into the cargo out of the cargo hold, so people who are in the cargo hold can leave if they would wish to. Looking at we've got
Those that can.
those who can, yeah. So Dean
You
and
left the cargo hold.
I left.
yeah, one person got out a different
Yeah.
way.
I didn't want to, but
Am I still? Is there still a hole appearing under me, or am I
No.
now?
It
Like,
got completely.
all-
Dean, you're fine. You don't have to worry about
Right,
your.
okay.
Yeah, you're like
Oh.
oh, safe. Yeah, but you have these ice picks in your hand. You manage to pry them out of the floor as the magic that Alyssa did.
Okay, well then
fixes it.
I go, Dean,
You're Dean.
and I
You're
no,
Dean.
I don't yell at
maybe
Dean.
that's
Or
how
maybe I
stressed
do
he
yell at-
is.
Oh, you know what? I yell out my own name, and then I just bashed through the floor with the ice pick and try to get through the floor.
Now, fix that hole.
Okay. Cool. What
There
is
is a young man out there with no prospects, no money, and he's frightened. Let's get out there and get
okay.
that
Would you
boy.
would you say you're swimming?
In the
Yeah,
air?
swimming. Yeah, sure,
Metaphorically
swimming
speaking.
Swimming, like,
with
you're trying to,
ice
like-
pick.
Emotionally swimming.
Like the snowman.
Like
Yeah.
a snowman.
I'm walking in the air.
Yeah, that's what you're doing
Ooh.
behind. You're sort of like,
Yeah.
you know what? No, I think this is a repair. You're trying to undo the repair stuff here, so I think it's still a repair roll. So 2d6.
You're trying to
plus-
fix this.
Yeah. So
fix-
yeah, Dean's trying to get
Oh, it's a 9.
oh, so you managed to like
Yay.
break through enough to put your head and shoulders through, and you can see this like flapping in the breeze like a terrible kite. You can see your colleague.
Elvin! Elvin! Elvin, you wouldn't. I really embarrassed myself back there. I yelled out my own name.
Yeah, me too, man.
Elvin!
Yeah, Alvin. That's me.
Yeah, that's you. I just did the exact same thing, Elvin.
I tried to do a magic out here.
I don't know if we're gonna pass this test, Elvin.
Do you think they're gonna still make me go to park?
Yeah, they're gonna make you
I
park,
don't.
Elvin.
I can't do that, Dean.
Elvin?
You gotta park it for
I
me.
can't, Elvin. Elvin, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Maybe if I just stay out here, then I won't have
Yeah,
to
I can-
park it.
Can you stay out there for a little bit?
I'm gonna try.
Okay. Elvin, it's really cold out here. My head's getting a bit frosty. I'm gonna pop back in. Okay?
Okay. Thanks,
All right,
Dean.
All right. Yeah. All right, Elvin. See you later.
Pull your head back out.
Yeah, so Elvin's out there. But yeah, it's pretty cold, so I'm going to go and warm up, and I just walk backwards.
You walk backwards out of the cargo hold. Is that just like?
Yeah, and
That's him
Alyssa's
fading into the background.
Hmm.
Alyssa's just looking at this new hole in the ground. Can I roll repairs to see if there's anything I can plug this hole
Sure.
with?
It's getting it. You can feel the like everything's getting sucked out. So all those pencils go, which we'll deal with in a
Yeah.
minute.
Just look at the hole, look up at Dean, look
That's
at
a
Alyssa.
12.
Oh, easy. We'll come to you in a second. So yeah, go for it, Joe.
Yeah, you've already did that repair. You're fine.
No, but I like the idea. You're like, and then you're like, it's fine. And then you magic, you use your repair skills, and you just build a wooden patch out of the pencils that just magically fits in, and like it's so airtight. It's even better than the metal from before.
That's just like the guy on the internet that does the ramen noodle fix to the sink.
That's
you.
like that.
That's you.
That is exactly the same.
Incredible.
Only in this world, you're on the other side of an initiative.
Go down the drain hole. Absolutely.
Yeah, and then I go and join the others because I'm like, I don't know if we can help Alvin from in there, but I plugged the hole.
Yeah. So you think for now that the integrity Okay, I'm gonna say it now. The cargo hold is safe for now. It's not gonna rip apart or crush. So you think you've stabilized for now. You just
Great.
lost one member of your team as you were doing it. Cool, no biggie, totally
That's
fine.
fine. It's fine.
I can't. There's still
Gone but
time to
not
fix
forgotten.
it.
As all of you make your way into the next room, it is a vast contrast to the room that you were in. Whereas the cargo hold was very dark, lots of cardboard, lots of wooden pallets and crates around. Which, as you shut the door, you could hear everything's just like out of the boxes out. So it's like a horrible sloshing sound of various flags, socks, pencils, maybe. Like those squishy like toys that you like bark a little bit. There's a dog that barks in there. You're like, oh, this is it's fine. Don't worry about it. You shut the door and all these sort of cogs will and lock and seal, and it goes from like green tungsten to red tungsten. You turn around and you are in a completely different place. First of all, there are windows, and so yes, you can see that you are flying above the cloud level. So yeah, we cut back to the big shot of this airship. It's above clouds, and then at the bottom, there's a small like ribbon with a small Alvin like battering in the breeze. As it's sort of
Alvin
going
is either going to be fearless after this or have a new fear being heights and not having his feet on the ground.
and
He'll be
flying,
fine.
absolutely fine. But you have
Hey,
windows,
as
and
long as I don't have to park.
you can see these windows as well. They seem to like have a little slot for opening, like a little bit to get some airflow in. But it's more
Yeah,
for
I
decoration
do.
than chaos.
I do think it's a truth that just as all doors have times locks, all windows must be able to open.
Ooh, let's do a 2d6 to establish that truth. Let's do it.
I like it.
Might be helpful.
I rolled 12.
Oh, absolutely. Yes,
Oh.
every single window you will see in this room and from now on absolutely opens.
For better or worse.
For better or worse. I'm glad. I'll write it down. So,
That's gonna
super
be great for me.
great, wonderful. So yeah, so you see these windows. They're definitely they are very ornate as well. Maybe there's some stained glass as well, but you can absolutely see every single one of them opens in some way. One or two of them even open like proper sideways, which is incredibly dangerous. You're so high up, but maybe they do that for cleaning purposes, etc. But in the room itself, it is a very gaudy, very sort of lavish style things. You can see there's a red, beautiful sort of woven rug leading from sort of where the cargo hold is all the way to the front too. So it's like almost like a small corridor-esque type thing now. And you can see at the end, you can see another door which has those timed locks on it. But in between that and yourselves, you see these little tables with sort of fine dining on it. You've got cutlery, you've got big booths and stuff like that. You see right at the far end someone playing a piano, like gentle sort of jazz music happening. You also see there is a bar with a waiter sort of like gently making cocktails, and there's a little quiet motion as people are sort of just talking to each other quietly. You can see they're all sort of dressed with like top hats and monocles. The ladies have very big skirts, etc., like that, but seem to perfectly fit in this particular thing. And there's some fan business as well, and because it's steampunk, everyone has a cog on them in some way or form that slightly moves, because that's how steampunk is. They always have cogs on them in some way.
Victorian and lots of clockwork.
Exactly, yeah. And there's the smell of not only it's less pungent in here, but there's definitely that sort of fishy smell in the air. But there's also high tea is being served. You can see little sandwiches. You can see black tea being served out of teacups. But instantly, as you've all come in and gone, everyone sort of has turned around to you, and there's like a polite sort of silence. The piano's still playing, but there's polite silence as they're all sort of expectantly watching you. Is there anything that the three of you in the dining car would like to do?
I immediately look to the social one.
Which one's that?
The one that knows how to social.
I don't think any of you do.
Again, which one's that?
Nope, none of
Oh
you.
yeah,
really
Tree,
do.
you're bad. I don't know if I'm aware that you're bad at small talk, but yeah, Emily, I do kind
No,
of like
because I
look
can fake it till I make it.
Yeah.
I just pull out a pencil and a mini clipboard from some back pocket and carry on.
Ooh, okay. Let's do fake it till you make it then. Yeah, 2d6.
Ha ha! 7 + 2 is 9.
9. Mixed success. So a lot of them go, Oh, yes, quite. Yes. Oh, Marjorie, pass the cucumber sandwich. And then you just go back to being very British about things, as one does. But you definitely see coming up to you looks like to be the maitre d' or the waiter. You can see that they are, again, dressed in very much waiter's attire, so very much like a bow tie, looking quite posh, a cog stuck on them, and they have a notice, and you can see actually by their side they have like a little what looks like a machine, as like every so often does a little tick sound, and they go, apologies, friends, do you have a ticket?
Yes, I'll just go and get one, and I'll just fade into the background.
2d6 plus 2. Incredible.
It's a 5 plus 2.
Oh, 7. So just you manage to sort of like slowly but surely side swipe your way sort of like behind it, and you sit down into a booth with like 3 other ladies who all look at you, and you're just like, shh.
No. I look at them and I say, sorry. Point to my name badge and I say, could I please see your tickets?
Oh my god! I have to. We'll come back to that. I love that. I love that as a thing. They're so shocked they're being asked for their ticket. Let's go back to outside. So Albin, you'll be around like a balloon in the air. It's not too bad. You are feeling sick. What are you doing? How are you gonna get out of this?
I'm out there like, well, it's because it didn't work that time. Doesn't mean I'm not magic. And I'm like trying to climb, and I'm just telling myself, I'm like, I just gotta dig deep, and maybe I am. I don't know what kind. Maybe I'm like an illusions guy, or maybe I can make it like smoke, but maybe if I try real hard, I could summon a way inside. And I'm gonna do another magic, and I get a +1 this time.
You do get a +1
Yep.
this time.
Yeah.
2d6 plus 1.
So okay, this is a 10 all day.
There
Incredible.
we go.
Oh my god.
There you go. The power of believing in yourself.
Nice. That's what I call fake it till you make it.
That is proper fake it. So you start saying this, I am magic. I'll find my way inside. And you start like, pulling yourself. And you go, I'll find some transportation inside. And just behind you in a cloud, being formed of the cloud of your thought, is a cloud Pegasus that sort of comes out underneath you and pulls you up, and you're just there with your eyes closed, pulling you away, and it gently guides underneath you, pulls you up conveniently by one of the open windows, and then just gently rolls you in.
Stay on it for a minute. Can anyone see this?
No, everyone looks out and they just see you grabbing.
And I'm out there like.
Yeah. Everyone else who, obviously, Dean sat down, but both Alyssa and Joe see you. There's lots of miming back and forth for the podcast listeners.
Yeah, ridiculous faces.
I am talking through the window of a plane, and no one can hear it. I'm trying so hard to show anybody that I have conjured a Pegasus.
I think Alyssa just does like a little golf clap. Doesn't actually make any noise, but does like mimes a golf clap for you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm just oblivious to the Pegasus. It's like, what? Get in here. Get in here.
I'm gonna try to get in through the window.
Okay.
Which does open.
Yes, it does. Yeah, you don't need to roll for it. Yeah, it's weirdly like, again, you sort of like you lean on it, and just because your whole weight, you just flop in, and you like front flip next to these guys, and the Pegasus waves with its wing and disappears as like you only get this one, and flies away into the clouds.
Everyone gets one Pegasus ride in their life.
It's like when you're in a room.
Ride, you did well.
Is
It's
that
like when
a
you're in a room
fact?
with a bunch of people and you
is it a fact? Do you want to change that to something else? That everyone gets more than one cloud Pegasus?
No, I was going to say. I was going to say that's the fact that everyone gets one
No,
magical.
I was
Pegasus
also trying
ride.
to push for that fact.
Oh.
Specifically, one cloud Pegasus. You
And
can
one
also
cloud
try for
Pegasus.
a water
You're right.
Pegasus, a fire Pegasus.
Yeah.
Realistically, the GM isn't supposed to roll dice, but you know what? I have made a fact. So now I'm going to get out my D6 and hope to
Do it.
God
Is this a GM fact?
It's a GM fact, because if I
You
don't,
are allotted one elemental Pegasus of your choice.
but then if I get it wrong, that means more cloud Pegasuses will arrive.
Will happen.
I see
If you
no
roll
issues
well.
with this. There's
All
no
right.
problems with this.
Yeah, for you guys. I'm trying.
No,
All
I
right.
think it could be great for you as well.
Maybe. All right, I've got my 2d6. I never get to roll in this game. Very excited.
Well, there you go.
If it makes you feel better,
Mhm.
they
Yeah.
don't have to be super helpful all the time.
Oh no, yeah. Well, I rolled a 7, so yeah.
Oh,
maybe you get more than
no.
one Pegasus. But let's.
Some of them are bad.
Or maybe it's just like you get one helpful cloud creature of a choice. It might not be. It might not be relevant to the. It might be like a possum. It's like, I can't help you. Like, so,
I'm just as confused as you.
I'm
really.
over here. Like,
Do,
yeah, by the
do
window.
I have a family, or have I just been summoned into this body?
Don't tell people about us. They might try and make a cloud zoo.
All right. I love
You
it.
get
All
like
right,
a snake
Cloud,
and it's
I'm
like,
writing it
I
down.
don't have hands.
Everyone gets more than one cloud animal. Let's zoom back to Dean and the ladies who luncheon box. And so you've asked for their tickets.
Yeah.
You can see all three of them. They start to go into their little purses because you've been so bold, and because it's it's tradition for Victorian ladies just to agree to things. They start to rummage in their little purses. But what you notice that each of them has a hat on them. One you can see is like a big. It's just a big sun hat, which is quite big, which is sort of knocking things back and forth a little bit. You can also see one has got a Stetson, and another person has has just got a woolly hat like the one I'm wearing now. So yeah, and because we've established this in the world that it is more of a character choice than anything about class or anything like that. You think everyone in this room is welcome in the dining car, regardless of class or etiquette or anything like that, because I can't be bothered with that rubbish right now. But each hat represents like a different personality quirk that you're aware of.
Well, to try and just maintain some chat while they're handing over their tickets, I'll do some small talk, I guess.
Oh no!
Just
I need to hear I need to hear the
Better
small
you
talk.
than me.
Need to hear the small talk. What are you saying to them?
Yeah, let's hear this.
It says, how long you've had your hats for? I mean, this one, long time. You look at me there, taken last week. That photo. Yep, that photo last week.
Last week. Wow.
Stressful week though.
Yeah, they all laugh lightly. 2d6 for small talk. Oh, that's really.
It is a 6 and a 4.
A 10 total.
There we go.
Oh my word! So yeah, they're sort of like laughing, and they indicate that so and so bought me this hat, and this one's been in my family for generations, and all. Basically, you're like, yeah, blah blah blah, ticket, great. So you now have 3 tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, onwards, I guess. See you around.
Do you slap your knees and leave?
Yeah, and I just
Well.
Okay, no, you saw it. 2d6 plus playing into the background. Oh my god!
Oh shit, that's a 2.
You.
So they watch that.
Yeah, they watch you bump backwards into a waiter who drops soup. You go, oh, sorry, and you bump into someone else who drops stuff. Like there's clattering of stuff. Eventually, you back past these 3 who get their tickets. There's no problem. You keep backing up until you hit the piano.
I hit an open window and fall out.
I'm not. No. Weirdly, the windows are now shut for the convenience of this scene.
They will open if you try, but you have to try.
One way in.
You must try.
But yeah, you hit the back of the piano, so the piano sort of jerks out off it, and so the music stops, and everyone looks at you as a result. But just going back to Joe and Alyssa quickly. So now you have Alvin back in the room for you, looking a little bit.
I've just handed these tickets as I walked.
Yeah, yes, you go back.
Yeah. Do you want to check on him? Make sure he's all right. that man.
Alvin just looks like
just wing ripped.
And I have a question about this. Now that everybody gets a cloud animal, does that mean Alvin is not magic?
I know. I think everyone's a
Is
little
that
bit
part
magic.
of the world?
Everyone has.
You're capable of magic.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe that.
Everyone has an ability to do magic. Whether or not they can or not is different. But I think. Yeah. Why? What are you thinking?
I was just worried that I didn't do that.
You'll always be magical for us.
You called for the. Why are we even talking about this? It's not important. The plot of
It's very important. This is all a
that
test.
changed my life.
So the government makes everyone think that magic is super rare, super uncommon, but really pretty much everyone can do at least a little magic, and the more you practice, the better you get at it.
Okay,
and once people get to a certain point, when it becomes obvious, the government are like, hi, you have to be careful, otherwise you'll get consumed by your magic, and you should come work for us as a giant magical battery.
Okay.
There's also magic tax, and
if we knew we could just use magic for everything, why would we use all of their cogs and wheels?
Oh my god.
It's
Alvin
big
comes
cog.
over to you guys. Alvin comes over to
Everything
you.
is steam powered except for the steam is magic.
I will point out, you have one skill that is available to all of you, which is called cast spells, but you have 3 different skills about talking to people, like small talk, establishing boundaries, and social etiquette. And lying, 4. So you have 4 different ways to talk to people.
That's harder than magic.
Yeah. It's more nuanced, clearly.
I know more in life about talking to people than I do about casting spells.
I don't, but
I write fantasy. I know a lot about magic.
I just come
over. You're gonna say you know a lot about words.
I see Alyssa and Joe, and I'm like, I just did like a magic.
Did a magic.
You did a magic?
That's how I got here.
That's amazing. Just don't say that too loud.
Okay, I'm not gonna say it again, but did you see it?
No.
Yes, I did.
Okay, you saw it.
No.
I not subtly at all, just elbow Joe. And then
it's like, right.
Elbow in the ribs, just like
tickets. See. Tickets, please. Tickets, see. Here you are.
Yeah. As I'm just trying to help make Alvin feel better.
Yeah, I did it. I don't need a ticket because I work here. I'm supposed to be here. I'm doing my job. I say that real loud because I think this is a test.
Yeah.
Yeah, you 2 are clearly fully convinced this is a test.
Yeah.
So you all 3 of you meet up with Dean next to the piano, where there hasn't been any conversation, Dean, with the piano player, the pianist, but they keep, like, when you try and talk to them, they respond by playing musical notes, like doing chords, and you're like, oh, pretentious.
I said this is a stupid place for a piano. It jumped out at me from nowhere.
Clink, clink, clink.
Just see the piano and immediately, do you take requests?
Clink, 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 clink. Indicating yes.
Could you play, what is it song? It goes like da 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 da, and it's by some older guy. No, maybe it was a younger guy. Is it an older or
there's a moment where they're watching you, and then they take their hands out of the gloves, that the gloves still on the piano, and then they write a note saying, "I'm on my break," and they get up and leave. Closing off the piano side quest. But you are by another one of these cog doors that, again, every so often it's like opens and shuts. You see there's another a trumpet, sort of a mouthpiece to speak into, and again some like lights indicating like on off for the door and the thing. And actually, as you get close to, all 4 of you get close to this particular door, you can hear there's definitely like not shouts, but there's definitely like, good God, Joyce, what are you doing? And like, oh, Beamish, I don't know. Oh, what do you think we should be doing? Oh, gosh, oh no. But if people come in here, they'll see. No, they won't see, Joyce. Let's just try to keep calm and carry on. Ha ha ha. Yes, ha ha ha. Like through the door itself.
I told you guys this was a test.
You did say that, yes.
They don't know what to do either.
That's because they are also being tested.
In the test.
Yes, this is
in a test, Alvin.
We're in it. We're in it.
Absolutely in a test.
All right.
a test of my patience.
Ooh.
Ah.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Are people going?
I didn't know corporate drones could break. This will be fun.
All right.
Just see the fake smile leave my eyes. Like, oh.
Is anyone
Maybe
going
you're
through the
not that
door
bad.
or speaking or anything like that?
Oh, going through the door without permission first. No, not me.
I've already done that. I went through the ship.
That wasn't a door.
Yeah.
Alyssa's pointedly avoiding eye contact.
It couldn't have been a door. It didn't have a time lock.
Right. Well, so what did we have through the door? We heard
you heard some sort of like shouts like, oh gosh, basically it sounds like incompetence, weaponized incompetence happening through the door. And the door keeps opening and it keeps unlocking through the mysterious cogs.
okay. I will I'll just knock on it. Hello in there. Hello. Yes.
Oh,
I can hear
social
you
etiquette, I think.
stuff.
2d6 plus social etiquette.
It definitely seems like something Dean's real good at.
1 and a 5.
Oh, 6. So it's a failure, unfortunately. You knock. And oh gosh, Joyce, there's somebody outside. Oh, Beamish, what should we do? Oh, just we'll lock it. And they'll. You sounds like a sound. You hear the sound of a button being pushed, as if two people are pushing it at the same time, and the door locks.
I would like to try to open it really quickly because if two of them are trying to lock it at the same time, does it cancel itself out?
Ooh,
Well,
okay.
yeah,
So how are you doing that? Is this a time management thing?
Yes.
2d6.
You're trying to manage the timing of the door locking.
Yeah. 2d6.
Good.
Yeah.
What's your times management?
Yeah. We're looking at a 7.
7 is a mixed success.
Okay.
So yeah,
Boy.
So what? Basically, let's put it this way, Alvin. You're not a good valet, but what you are good.
Oh, come on. This,
What I'm saying is that, but what
been
you're
worse
very good.
valets.
You're very good at
Well-
fetching and delegating to others, right? And so what happens is normally you go, oh well, I'm just gonna press this button to open and open and shut the garage door, right? That's what happens. So you're like, oh, this button, and you just press the button at the same time, and you hear like a as all these cogs start to break and turn, and like some of them start to ping off. You see them like fly into the soup as the waiter, the bartender who was shaking drinks, suddenly ducks down as these various cogs hit the drinks behind them, like breaking the glass, etc. None of them break the windows. Don't worry, windows are fine. But the door then falls in on itself.
Oh, Alvin is shaking and he's like, not again, not this.
And you all 4 of you look in to what looks to be the cockpit of this particular airship. And yeah, you can see the windows again. They sort of bow around the front, bright. You can see various aviation sort of like levers and buttons. You can see various dials moving back and forth randomly. But ahead of you seems to stand 2 individuals in shadow. They seem to be wearing a Victoriana sort of dress. But what is very noticeable about both of them is that they are both wearing enormous top hats, but like not. And when I say enormous top hats, like it's fairly big, like the size of your shoulder length, like. And they sort of turn around and go, good gosh, we've been caught, scarpers, and they both run, but then they try and run into each other, and you can see that their bodies are a little bit all over the place, and they're sort of like poof, and they're desperately trying to do stuff. We've got. I'm telling you now, we have 10 minutes left of this stream. What are you guys doing?
Oh dear.
We're getting raided, is what we're doing.
Yeah. Hi, Raiders.
Right now? Oh, well,
Yeah.
hello, Raiders. Nice to have you.
Thanks
That's
for the
it.
raid, Timbo the Wizard.
Well, welcome to the finale of You Awaken in a Strange Place. So you've got into the cockpit. You can see these individuals sort of like what seem to be doing nefarious things to the actual controls and stuff, but they seem to be very incompetent. You've caught them unawares, but it's again the way they are like playing with the levers and stuff. The airship itself starts to move around and starts to slowly dip down the horizon, and suddenly you see the clouds line coming towards.
I'm going to say to them, right, don't worry. Where are we going? Where we and I
Did they knock
jump
each
at
other
the
out?
No,
I
they've
jump at
knocked
the,
into each other, but then they're moving about. Sorry, Dean, you were saying?
yeah, I'll jump on the driving seat and say, so where are we going then? Where am I parking
Amazing.
this beauty?
Oh, 2d6 plus driving. Amazing.
Yeah,
I
I
get in
think
the cockpit seat.
3 plus 5 plus 2.
3 plus 5 plus 2 is 10.
like
10.
Whoa. So yeah, you get in and easily. It's just like one of those normal automobiles that you normally drive around here.
Alvin, get over here. Get over here. Come on.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
you're like, yeah, it's just
Pass,
it's
I
exactly
pass.
that.
I sit
Hold-
in the co-pilot seat and
Yes.
pretend like I am also parking.
Management, I
you-
hope you're
you-
watching this.
You say you're going to fake it till you make
You
it.
make it, absolutely. 2d6 plus fake it till you make it. Tay, that's for Alvin.
Oh my god. Okay.
is there anything in here that looks like broken or anything?
7.
7. So you're trying. Anytime you sort of go to do a different thing, Dean course corrects. So it's not too bad. But again, you are definitely accelerating with speed going down. Just going back to you, Alyssa, you say, are you looking around for anything broken? I think the thing is that you notice is that the two individuals who are sort of like going around like touching things, you can see that their hands are sort of flopping around a little bit as they're desperately trying to touch this. And like, no, just we're going to a normal place, aren't we, Joyce? Oh yes, Beavish, we're going to a very normal place where normal people hang out. Normal. I mean, looking at these individuals, you're like, there's nothing broken in the cockpit itself, but you're looking around and you can see that these individuals are wearing enormous hats, and that's very weird. Again, the hats in the previous room, they were quite small, but then you look at their feet and you notice that they're not wearing shoes at all. In fact, what you do see is like very big sort of like let me just hang on. I do need to check our lines of veils very quickly just to make sure I'm not going to do something really gross. I think we're okay. I just want to check before I describe it. Lines of veils. Sorry, I was in the middle of action. I was like, oh, maybe just check first. I think we're okay. Yeah, you can see what it looks like a huge bug foot, like bipedal feet that look like bugs, like a bug's foot, but like blown up to big size.
A bug foot. Why?
What do you think? Why?
What is going on?
So Alyssa's gonna pull a little magic.
Yep, sounds good.
To either like basically either charm or distract them, so we can either get them to help us or at least stop touching everything.
Okay. So what do you do? Are you like creating like a fire? Or are you creating like look over here and then showing sparkles? Like what kind of magic is it?
I think it's kind of like the suggested spell, like, how about we just keep our hands to ourselves and take a step back and let the professionals handle this, okay?
And then you sort of wave your hands a little bit. Yeah, roll 2d6 plus your cast spells.
That's a
So the
10.
one time that magic has been used was for social things and as well.
As well as fixing. Was that a 10, did you say?
Yes, that's a 10.
Amazing. So these individuals turn around to you, and you see now that yes, indeed, the hats are so big, but they cover the shoulders. But there's clearly been some eye holes cut out of them.
Oh, so cool.
And you see like big sort of I don't know what the name is, but multifaceted eyes going, oh yes, a distraction that will keep us calm. Yes, Joyce, it will do. Quick, look at this person. And so they just get really close to these hats, just bow to you, looking at you.
That's so good.
But they have stopped touching, and you can see by their sides, it's very droopy, the different sort of clothes that they are wearing, and you can see that the gloves are peeled off, and again, yeah, they've got bug hands, so they're very much the sort of long sort of stretchy things. So clearly they were ineffectual at the best of times, but now they are not touching anything.
Alyssa's just sitting here like, I slightly regret this, but I have it under control.
Joe, is there anything you'd like to do?
I think I would mostly just be standing where the valets could see me, jotting notes on my clipboard as if I still pretending that I'm their supervisor and it's a test, so that they have full confidence in what they're doing.
I like that. Yeah, well, hang on. I think no, that's no. I'm putting too many restrictions on. Yeah, fake it till you make it. I like that. You're playing to your skill of like you're carrying on this facade. And you're like, yes, you've got it. Big distraction. It's very much like that Star Trek like scenario where people are dying.
Great.
Well, bad news is I rolled a 4.
Okay.
Good news is I failed earlier. So in addition to my +2, I have another +1, so that's a 7.
Yeah, amazing. So so you again are just like and you're sort of looking around, and if anything, what you're doing, you're also sort of putting down details about these two individuals, these two big bugs that have somehow taken this airship.
Let me just try and slip in some questions to management later. See if I can finagle a hazard bonus of some sort.
Exactly. And so what happens is that thanks to the wonderful work of Dean and Alvin, you managed to slow the descent of this airship down into the big city where it would be docking at one of the air stations. You managed to get people down safe. The unsuspecting passengers didn't know it had been hijacked, so they are then taken off to be questioned. They're like, "Gosh, that was such a weird trip. We arrived already? Gosh, I thought it was going to be another half a day or so." And so they're all sort of wandering off. The three ladies that you took tickets from, Dean, sort of like wave at you a little bit, and there's one coyly behind a fan, like tee hee hee. Yeah, the hats all around. And I think the final thing, so everyone gets off the ship, and I would say that Dean, Alvin, and Alyssa all look to you, Joe, expectantly, and you realize that you filled out this whole form, and you need to deliver it somewhere and put it somewhere, right? So I would like for you to roll keeping to a deadline 2d6 plus 1 to see if whatever happens comes to pass.
You get this filed on time.
Total 7.
Total 7. So what happens is this report goes in, someone looks at it and goes, "What?" No. Just file it away under archives, and the assistant goes and puts it away down into a locker. Nobody gets hazard pay. Nobody knows why they were in this big airship in a cargo hold. But you have caught the two bed bugs that were terrorizing town. Who were
in your hands.
That was beautiful.
Excellent.
That, my friends, is You Awaken in a Strange Place. A round of applause for our wonderful cast. Thank you so much. That was our stream. That was Awaken in a Strange Place. Thank you so much for my guests for putting me through that. Let's go around again. We're going to go reverse order. So we're going to start with Taylor. So let the folks know at home where they can find you on the socials and what show you are a part of. So Taylor, take it away for me, please.
Wow, hi, Tay, she, they. You can find me hanging outside of the ship on a string. Because that's just how it is. But otherwise, if you don't want to check there, you can check Backwater Bastards wherever you get your podcasts. It's a sci-fi comedy improv adventure featuring 3 international artists, and we are the best friends that have ever lived or died or existed, and that's what the story's about. So come check it out, because there's like 3 seasons and you can listen to it for 100 years. Bam.
Yeah.
Look for us on the socials. We're all over them, and it's in the chat. Bye.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you, Tay. Next up is Dan. I know it's going to be roughly the same thing, but Dan, where can people find about your work?
Same dang thing. Go to Backwater Bastards and check us out, because it's really cool and it's good. And if you
but he streams too.
Yeah,
if you want to follow me streaming on Twitch or YouTube, then go to Dead Toothbrush. You'll find that. I don't think there's another toothbrush that is like that. So yeah, you can
not
do
that people will admit to.
No. The others are living.
Amazing. Next up I have on my list is Emily. Take it away, my friend.
Hello, I'm still Emily. You can still find me everywhere on the internet at As Was Foretold. I am still part of the Game Oven podcast. Surprisingly, none of that has changed in the course of this stream.
You can't leave. You will never escape the Game Oven. Once Game Oven, always Game Oven.
Promise?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Brianna, where can we
Part of
find
the
you
world
folks?
now.
I'm Brianna Jean. You can find me on most social media at Brianna Jean. I also do podcasting stuff over at Pseudonym Social, where I have aboard the Opal Star, which is a fun sci-fi adventure, Tempest Multi, which is powered by the apocalypse and a fractured reality. Beyond the Crumbling Veil, which is Call of Cthulhu, and season 2 is very much isn't gaslighting neat vibes. We're having so much fun with it. We're having a fun time having a bad time. Yeah, I've got Pseudonym Social Adventures, Rise and Fall of Gods. I feel like I'm missing one, but that might be one that I'm currently working on. Yeah, and I work on Game Woven. I have the Graveyard Tapes, Queen City Supers, which is a Masks spin-off story for the Graveyard Tapes. And I'm an indie author, publishing under the name Brianna Blythe. Next year, we'll be publishing some fantasy epics under Jackie Smoke. And I do have another pin that I will be able to tell people about Friday. Stop face palming, Emily.
And she says she sleeps.
Yeah, I don't know
I
when.
do sleep. I do sleep. I'm just a hyper creative workaholic.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone in this chat and in this call is, so you're all good friends.
Yeah.
Oh,
Give
thank
me
you.
more of your motivation.
Thank you so much, my wonderful cast. And yeah, I will finish off. So my name is Fiona, I use she, her pronouns. And when I'm not improvising an airship, like I think, what did I write down? I wrote, I said, yeah, dropship. I said, aim, park a ship / office. And then I said, big bad bugs, ? And then I said, office cubicles, cross that out. Printing. And then I was like, doesn't exist now. Riddles. And I was like, too hard. And then... And then fish people ? And that's all I got. And then I was like, I need a hat now. So yes, if you enjoyed
Not bad.
So good.
I did all right. Thank you.
You
so
were
much.
You did great.
amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
That
You
guy
were
is like-
amazing.
So great.
I will pay you guys
So-
after the stream. That's very kind of you. But if you have enjoyed this, come check out What Am I Rolling, which is a twice monthly tabletop RPG one-shot podcast where we do lots of different systems and interviews with game designers. We have done YASP, You Awaken in a Strange Place, a couple times now on WAIR, and we've had the wonderful Taylor and Dan were on last year doing Under the Neighborhood, which is a fantastic sort of Powered by the Apocalypse game about cartoons. Super fun. Really, really enjoyed that. So go check that out if you can. If you enjoyed this game, You Awaken in a Strange Place by Jacob Andrew, I've put the link once more. She says, try and put it in the chat. You can get this game for free. You can get 3 or 4 of your friends to come and play it and have as much fun as these guys had, or as little fun as I had, depending on how you take it. No, it was super, super fun. So please go check it out. You won't regret getting that game. If you've enjoyed this particular stream, please check out the One Shot Podcast Network Patreon. That's patreon.com/One Shot Podcast. And consider donating if you're able to. Like, every little helps because it just goes back into the stream. In terms of what's coming up next on the one-shot drive as well, here's what we've got for the next 2 days. We have happening tomorrow evening some naughty Jackbox games with the wonderful Dylan. If you want to try that out, again, too sexy for me. No, thank you. But you could go check out Jackbox games. It's super lots of fun. So come check that out. I think that's going to be probably 8 p.m. EST, I think. And then on Friday. Oh, pulled that off the top of my head. Amazing.
It might be 7 though. I'd have to double check.
Cool. 7 or 8. Maybe just hang around. Don't leave the stream. Just have it up. That'd be great. On Friday though, I am back hosting Fiasco, a TTRPG of powerful ambition and impulse control, inspired by cinematic tales of small town capers gone disastrously wrong. If you like stuff like Fargo, any sort of heist film, anything by the Coen brothers, really, come check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we'd love to have you there. With all that out of the way, thank you again so much for being a part of the stream. Thank you to my wonderful guests. Thanks for One Shot for having us. We're all going to say goodbye now, but keep tuning in and supporting the One Shot Network where you can. Let's all now wave awkwardly at the stream until I find the end of stream button, and we say goodbye for now, friends, and thank you so much.
Farewell. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Ooh.